Call me the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better ask about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, host of the show, man. Still silly sauce for the show, and till then it's half moon open. Sometimes go takes like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. What is in store? Like under the seat of the driver's side floor, it's Gucci's galore. So many more from 6 in the Mars, never a more. Man, if I'm honest, the damage is done. Silly sauce on unlimited funds. Join us on Twitch for unlimited fun. J-Fig and Marcos, you with it or what?
Tobin. Two who Tobin is.
No, Low Dog.
Thanks, Low Dog.
Thanks, Low Dog. Showing up yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Show Pony here.
Welcome on in, everybody. Happy Monday. Tobin and Leroy here with you for the next 4 hours as we are streaming live here on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Streaming live on Twitch and YouTube at Miami 560 WQAM. Yes, been streaming live on YouTube just under a month now, it seems. And so welcome to everybody who has been watching us there. Clip style, you guys can now get us live. And thanks to all the OG Twitchers who have been sticking with us there. And, of course, right here on your flagship for all Miami sports, except for the Marlins, 560 WQAM.
We have a barn burner set up for Sunday.
What is a barn burner?
Hot.
Wait, what?
Hot.
Is that's just what that means?
2 NFL football games where we could talk from now until then and still not be able to make up our mind who we think is going to win.
I think I know who's going to win, actually.
I
think the Bengals are going to win.
Yes, I believe that. I do believe that. And
by the way, I think that even if Mahomes had a good leg.
Yeah. But how about this? We do this with San Francisco all the time. For years, have we not? We don't include them. They run the football. They got a swole wide receiver that does everything. Hell, I saw that they took and put McCaffrey in the slot and put Debo in the backfield, and Debo looked bigger than McCaffrey. I mean, it was amazing.
Well, you were right. A barn burner, defined as an event, typically a sports contest that is very exciting or intense. Looking at the origin of barn burner.
You really Googled, fact check me 4 minutes into the show.
I don't like that line.
Yeah.
Who wants to burn a barn?
Well, this is what I was like, well, where does this come from? And it says the term barn burner was derived from the idea of someone who had burned down his own barn to get rid of a rat infestation.
That sounds pretty impractical.
It really does.
Right.
Like, how did you get so infested with rats?
That's how they do it in Vikings.
And how did they correlate this into something being really competitive and good? Yeah, this man burned his barn because it was infested with rats.
No, a rat.
A rat. One rat.
One rat.
What is he, a mobster?
I don't know. That's how they do things in Vikings. When they can't find the person, kill everybody.
Oh, this is gonna be a barn burner. Oh, wait, there's a rat in the barn?
That's right. Of course, Stephen A. Smith, he is swaggering with his cowboy hat. It's got to be tough for Michael Irvin today. That team can't score.
It's amazing that you have two very similar teams, but one has creativity and the other one doesn't.
Oh, you didn't find the Zeke Elliott final play where he got run over? You didn't find that creative?
Wait.
It was creative. I'll give him points for creativity.
San Francisco called the timeout just cause. Say, hey, Zeke is the.
I think they just went, are you sure?
And he's ineligible, right? He was
ineligible.
Yes.
But it didn't matter because they were supposedly going to just toss it around. And so they wanted like skill guys, right? First of all, let me explain something to you. I was watching that play and I was intrigued. I'm like, Zeke at center. The guards and tackles are outside. Maybe we're going to have some kind of everybody come together, put the guy in the back like a scrum, and they just going to go down the field, right? They snapped the ball. they throw it away from the big fat ass lineman outside and throw it inside where the only person you have to protect you is Zeke.
Yeah,
How the hell would that not work?
I'm pretty sure
It's got to go outside.
I'm pretty sure that as soon as Dak Prescott saw Zeke get run over, he panicked.
Because
It's not gonna work. No.
wait. Zeke looked between his legs like, yo, sure we want to do this. I don't have a good feeling about this, guys.
Sorry.
And they took a defensive lineman
and
with him, ran him over. Zeke probably at the end of that game.
Imagine
Like,
put it.
who thought this play was gonna work?
Imagine like if you had a drill in it was like, hey,
We do.
let's have Christian Wilkins versus Mostert. See how it goes. It's
We do. We used to do it. I told you, me and Johnny Randall used to get into it all the time because we can't cut them, and we have pass protections where the running back has to block the end man on the line of scrimmage, and John Randall used to use that as an opportunity to get some video feel good, right? Meaning when you watch film the next day, everybody gonna chuckle while knowing it ain't right.
barn burner coming on up. Everybody.
Oh yeah. So
That's
we
horrible.
do we not have, other than I would say most people thought that it was going to be Buffalo and Kansas City.
No, yeah. Let's say what it is. These frauds once again show up, and they have walked through this entire season with an air of arrogance and said, "We are the favorites. We are going to waltz to the Super Bowl." And yet again, here we sit with them not in the Super Bowl. And really,
I love this, Tobin.
no, I'm serious. I'm so sick of the privilege Buffalo and their stupid mafia walks around with like they're the Patriots.
Get him.
Get the hell out of here. You're the most notorious chokers in the history of the sport. And you sat here, oh, it's too hot in Miami. Well, you got a damn blizzard. A damn blizzard. As home field advantage as it can get. That is like a second Christmas in Buffalo. Here you go. Oh, and by the way, you're going to get gifted a neutral site AFC Championship. You don't even have to go to Arrowhead. And what do?
Choke.
They didn't do nothing, Vlad.
Tobin, they choked.
Bunch of choke artist bums. I don't want to hear from them anymore. You know what they are? They're the James Harden of football.
Wow.
That's what they are. Never show up when it matters. They keep telling me that this guy is great. This is an all-time team. Oh, really? Because Stephon Diggs looks miserable with his quarterback who just throws the ball willy-nilly, but never to him. Bums. And the only reason you're here is because the Dolphins were put together by duct tape, and they still should have beat you if they knew how to count. But apparently, clocks,
what made it bad, guys? That they lost
It almost happened again yesterday. I was telling you about this. It happens all the time.
with their.
One official will signal first down,
Oh, and the other one.
and the other one will signal third down.
Yes.
It happens all the time. So when you have a spotter that's telling you down and distance, because on that card, it has all the plays broken down situationally. So you're looking at the play. Somebody's telling you in your ear, down and distance. Every play, down and distance, down and distance. There's a guy that his job is down and distance guy, either up top or on the field in the offensive coordinators or head coaches mic. Every team has one. Okay. So when he looks on the field, if he looks at the wrong official, he's getting the wrong information. It happens all the time. It almost happened yesterday. So everybody's looking at Mike McDaniel going, how can you not know? You just saw it again.
But shouldn't the official stop the clock or?
They don't stop. That's the point.
But I don't.
When the clock here, when the ball, even sometimes they start that 40-second clock before the ball's set. So soon as the last play ends, right? The 40-second clock starts. So by the time you get everybody back, officials situated, now you got about 20 seconds.
But okay, the reason why I asked you that question, you ever see those quarterbacks that the clock is winding down, and all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's 25 seconds just reappears on the play clock.
Because sometimes what they do is like they restart the clock and then have a damn discussion, or they don't put the ball down, or somebody's banged up, but that clock is still running. And so that's why they ask for the reset. They reset it to 25 seconds. It's too, in certain parts of the game, there's so much chaos. And the officials sometimes make it worse with what everybody has to concentrate on and do. So you can't have two different. That's why you see the guys coming across the field. They coming. There's one guy marking it on one side and the other guy marking it on the other. So you ever notice that sometimes they have a first down and then the guy says, "Oh, he had a better look," and he moves back. Right. So you trying to figure out what's going on in those 25 or 20 seconds you have. It sometimes becomes just what happened yesterday. It happened with Mike McDaniel. It happens all the time. And I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you fix that, because these guys don't realize for some reason.
The whole system's messed up, dude.
The officials don't realize how short that clock is. And they take their damn time.
But it still doesn't hide the fact that the Bills are frauds.
Yeah, no.
No, they're
It
frauds.
doesn't. Here's what I would say about Buffalo, right? It's one thing to go in there with the idea of who you are. It's another thing to go in there with who you are. Case in point, San Francisco. It don't matter who the quarterback is. We don't know who's banged up or whatever. But you know how San Francisco is going to do things.
They're going to hurt you.
Right. You know how they're going to do things. It's same, and guess what? Here's the other thing I came to a realization yesterday. While everybody talking about they need a stud quarterback, all the teams that move forward run the ball well. Right? The Eagles ran for 260. Mixon ran the ball well yesterday. San Francisco runs it with 5 or 6, 7 different people, right?
And Pacheco with Kansas City.
Huh?
Pacheco,
yeah. He's come and he does. I don't understand with all the analytics and all the coaching and all of the professionals around football, how they can say we can just get anybody to run the football. Because when you look at the success that these teams are having, we can all go to one fact. They run the ball really well.
I have a question. You ever see a team that doesn't play to their element, like the Buffalo Bills?
They don't play to any elements, because if you put any elements in front of them, they're like,
it seems like that, those circumstances, like when you play up north, so say if you play in Cleveland, you play in Buffalo, like right on that lake, when it starts snowing, folks go crazy, right? Everybody gets fired up with a little dust on the ground, the snow, because you think this is our stuff right here.
Of course.
Right? And Cincinnati came in there like, we play in the snow too, player.
Dum-dums.
We play in the snow too. What you gonna do?
And you lost in front of your mans too, man.
Oh yeah, they had
lost.
DeMar was there with the family.
Man,
I couldn't even see him though because of the blizzard.
Well, he was wrapped up too.
No, but you couldn't see him. That blizzard.
The blizzard was like, all right, there he is. I'm like,
it might be him. I don't know.
I suppose
Somebody's wearing 3.
I think he's there.
Right.
But listen, happy that he's there. But I mean, whew, the team.
I don't even know. Like,
enough of them already. Hey, let's just do this next year. Let's not crown them. Let's
I don't never crown. I don't crown nobody ever.
Oh, but you know what the people do.
Who cares? You know what? If that's the case, don't play the season. You got to play the season. And you know why you play the season? Because of things like this, right? Because guess what? In the beginning of the season, what was I saying? I was saying, has there been a year where both Super Bowl teams sucked the next year? Because they were playing terrible early on in the year.
Sure.
And guess what? Cincinnati. There again. Say that to yourself. Say it to yourself with how many years you put them in the same class with Detroit and Cleveland and the Jets, who were struggling. right?
Now they're
Cincinnati was right there.
It's different, dude. They got a guy now who's so confident. Joe
Hey.
Burrow.
Hey,
With his window, his whole career window.
let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a guy that looked so damn calm?
I know, it's annoying.
He just like even Tom Brady would yell at people, right?
And Psycho Brady's crazy.
Right. I mean, Joe Burrow's like, hey guys, don't worry, we got this. My window is open. Right?
Forever.
Forever.
I'm like, uh-oh.
I mean,
he might be right.
Is he the best quarterback in the league right now?
He might be.
I would still say Patrick Mahomes simply because
you still got to give the respect to Mahomes. But he might go past him.
Hey.
If you go to the Super Bowl twice beating him.
Right. And what's crazy is, doesn't this have the makeup of the opposite of Brady and Manning? Because I mean, you would say Joe Burrow is Manning because nobody disputes Patrick Mahomes being the best, right?
No.
But Manning ain't never beat up on Brady like this.
Not early. I mean,
he's 3-0.
They've only played 2 years.
He's 3-0.
Okay, I get that.
3-0. That just never happened. Give me a stretch. I don't think, and I'm saying this right off the top of my head. Has there ever been a stretch where Manning has beat Brady 3 years in a row?
I mean, I would say
that might have happened.
I would say no.
3 in a row.
I'm gonna check.
I would say no.
I'll check.
I would doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So think about that. Think about if there was a stretch.
Oh, you're including regular season?
Any point in time.
It would have to be a playoff win, a regular season win, and then another playoff win.
Right, just 3. It don't even have to be, I'm saying if they played 3 consecutive times, not regular season, playoffs, whatever.
I got you.
Right?
I don't know, but I would doubt it.
I doubt it. So we're talking about the best in the league in Patrick Mahomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who look ridiculous going back into the game.
Yes.
And what the hell is going on with Chad Henne?
I mean, he's still there.
He goes into the game. 98-yard drive. Patrick Mahomes didn't even do that.
I know. It's annoying.
It's like
yeah, he did beat them 3 in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
At Indianapolis and Denver. He went 3-0.
Postseason. Loophole.
Postseason.
Loophole.
Postseason.
Forget the Denver years.
He got me.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Those headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Plenty more to react to from the NFL weekend. We'll be back with more after this. But Leroy has a pair for you to win. We've got Heat and Pacers tickets to Miami-Dade Arena on February 8th. So be listening. We will give a pair of tickets away later on in the show today.
I like giving people tickets.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do.
I like to.
You make people happy.
No, I think a lot of times we are fans in the periphery, meaning that we don't actually watch all the games, but we have comments on wins and losses. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes when you see things firsthand, you understand what goes into said activity, and then you're a little bit more understanding as to what goes on. Like, I mean, holy smokes, those games yesterday. I needed a no-dose to watch that San Francisco-Dallas game, but you kind of knew it was going to be that type of game.
You knew it was going to be ugly.
Going into it, right. And both teams won it that way.
Dallas,
that kicker.
The kicker drama is so good.
Can I just tell you?
That was the most interesting part. I just wanted to see him miss kicks.
Jerry Jones going to give him a Spirit Airlines ticket and say, go where you go.
Jerry Jones went on the field to speak with him before the game. When is
that doesn't help.
When the hell, has an owner ever walked out to give the kicker a pep
talk? The Niners before the game were messing with him.
I know.
Yes, they were doing drive-bys.
They were doing drive-bys.
They were
really. God, that's messed up.
Hey,
man.
no, it ain't.
That's smart.
That's sports.
No, I know.
What do you mean, you ever go to a game and watch what they do to the guys shoot free throws?
I get that.
That dude is so shook. And I don't know if there's any coming back from it. I don't know.
Right. Think about what they did. Think about what he did to Giannis.
It seems to be the only thing that, it's only an extra point thing. He makes field goals. He just can't hit extra points.
Dude, I'm telling you. And the funniest part of that was when he got the first one blocked and the announcer goes, hell, that wouldn't have been good anyway.
It wasn't.
He kicked it over the left guard.
Yep. He was going to he really was. He was going to mess that one up too.
Right. So the block actually saved everybody from seeing that it was an errant kick. So my question is this.
I don't like that type of a run's never going to be touched, it feels
No,
like.
never. But here, I have a question. Why are you going at it from the side? Right? When you say, I like it on the left hash, right? Why? Put it in the middle. You not as accurate as you think. You need the most opportunity.
That needs to do the Shane Battier thing, in Game 7, where he's like, I was so off, I just started aiming to the right.
Yes. You'd be amazed at what athletes have to do to fix things, right? It's so unorthodox. Guys who can't catch, they all of a sudden say, I just don't look at the football.
I saw it was cool, because the game before Dak Prescott was freaking out, but CeeDee Lamb did go up to says, hey, we're riding with you. You bailed us out plenty of times. I thought that was very nice of CeeDee Lamb. But
you're just saying that you don't believe it.
But it's the kicker. The kicker doesn't get the grace.
Dude, it's the equivalent to Bam missing a wide open layup. That's where the extra point is. They only moved it back so it would travel in the air a little bit farther, right? But come on. You got one job.
What if you had the over in that game, man?
Oh.
It's 45.5. The game ended 31-14. I'm talking about the wild card game.
Yeah.
That was 1 point.
Yeah, for sure.
Cost everybody the total.
This guy. Well,
and you'd never see that coming in your gambling.
Come on.
You would never see that
Tobin,
coming.
when you're going to see 4 extra points?
It's never going to happen.
Never.
By the time after 2, the coach is going to go for 2.
You know what's amazing? I bet you I could let Christian Wilkins kick those extra points and he'd make more.
He wouldn't go over 4.
Right.
He wouldn't go over 4.
Right. It's unbelievable.
Didn't Ocho Cinco do it for kicks one time?
Yeah.
Didn't he just do it?
He plays soccer, so he can't.
Flutie did it.
Flutie drop kick. A drop kick. Because Bill Belichick had nothing else to do, so he said, "Hey, we haven't seen in a while a drop kick."
Look how old he looks.
He looks so, dude.
They got to keep the lights.
You know who he looks like? Palpatine.
Don't worry there, Maher. Just go out there and do what you do.
No.
I won't cut you.
Point
No.
for
Dude,
Leroy.
I'm telling you, like, and Randy said it in the pregame. We've had our issues with kickers,
Of course.
but the guy was 39 for 40 on the year. He wasn't 1 for 5 on extra points.
You never want to get to a point. It's like with the Dolphins and Sanders. It's like, you never want to get to the point where it's a pleasant surprise that they make the kick.
Right.
Like you just want to say,
Right.
hey,
Wait, how
go
about
do-
this? The first game of the season, the kicker for who's a rookie, the kicker for the Browns made a 58-yarder to win the game. And I'm gonna tell you this. Every time he kicked from that point on, everybody was looking up to the skies.
just praying. Just praying it goes
Because
through.
that guy was terrible.
It was something. All right, we'll take a quick break. Miami Heat, they get themselves a win yesterday against the Pels. They did get their ass kicked by Luka. We'll talk about their weekend coming on up. 15 minutes of Heat next.
Full weekend of NFL playoffs.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 15 minutes of heat. We'll get into them in just a second. But first, a weather update from the Desmond and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE. Leroy.
Was a peaceful drive-in.
It was.
I think Broward schools are closed today.
Are they?
I didn't see there was no traffic.
That makes sense because it was a Monday and there was not a lot of traffic.
And normally it's like I got all the way from my exit to the Gratney in 10 minutes.
It's Broward, willy-nilly with the schools, huh? You know, you guys take extra time off for the winter break. You know,
Palm Beach.
Palm Beach is
Y'all
out there,
even
dude.
have schools. Everybody's old.
What?
That's where all the old people live.
So many kids. I feel like there's more kids than ever roaming around.
I would say right now it's what? 80 degrees, 75, 80 degrees, 5 to 10 mile an hour wind out of the west. So planes coming from left to right. And for later on in the week, folks, it's going to chill down again. So get ready.
He's right, man. It is 80 degrees.
I know. He's a golfer.
I'm
He
a
doesn't
golfer,
he
dude.
doesn't need weather. He can just tell, Vlad. That's the magic power of it.
Throw up a little grass.
You know, that's why we
Look.
got to go to him for the weather, not for Margos or whoever has it on the. I don't need it. Just go to Leroy. He's a golfer.
Throw it up in the air. Throw that
Yep.
grass up. It was
Got
a nice weekend for golf.
a couple of the texters were very mad. A guy says, OG Twitchers, what the F? What about the texters? Hashtag third hour mean anything to you? Wow.
Apologize.
I apologize, sir.
I apologize.
-1 for me.
-1. Sorry.
Man, he's right. If you go back to hashtag third hour with us, you are an OG. -1. I feel like we got everything there. Anyway, that was kind of like the Heat's weekend. Point for the Heat, -1. That's how it was. They won yesterday against the Pelicans.
It was
a truly awful game. An eyesore.
Can I ask you this? Why do the Heat hit these stretches where they can't make a three and it looks like 80s basketball?
It's been really bad. I mean, they haven't been a good 3-point shooting team all year. It is atrocious right now.
Right.
It's really, really, really bad right now. And so, like, they get into these situations. They're down 16. They have to claw their way
by twos.
By twos. It's such a grind.
How much pressure does that put on you defensively?
A lot,
especially when the other team they just willy-nilly launching threes.
Both teams were willy-nilly with the basketball. It really was a poorly played basketball game.
Because everybody, I mean, first of all, not for nothing. NBA. Two things. Unless it is Martin Luther King Day, Christmas, I even give you a couple of other, holidays. Please stop playing basketball games at 3:30. Nobody wants to see that.
I feel like
there was nobody at the game.
Mm-hmm. Was there not anybody at the game?
Just watching on TV, it was crickets.
It's I'm like, it's 3:30 atmosphere. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was usually every Heat game does sell, but I mean, if you're not going to sell Sunday against the Pels.
What if that big monster was playing for the Pels?
Oh yeah, but he's not.
He's not.
I
would have even taken the skinny monster.
Sitting there in a Chargers jersey or something he's got going on there. Yeah, it was weird. He's there with them, but he wasn't playing. And they've hit a rough stretch right now. And kudos to them for even staying as afloat as they have with these guys out. But you need your best players. What are they supposed to do? But in all honesty, the Heat escaped yesterday. Like they easily could have. McCollum had a wide open three to win that game. And that was after the Heat failed to inbound the ball 3 times. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
They had a play where Pelicans get a 5-second violation. They can't get it inbounds. Then the Heat try and inbounds it. They have to call timeout twice to get the ball in. Can't do it. Then Kyle throws up this whoop-de-doo pass. That's a technical term to Jimmy Butler. He gets tied up for the jump ball. Jump ball goes to Valanciunas. He gets the timeout, so he gets the ball back. So it was like you might as well have just let them get the timeout originally, because it was a complete waste of time just for CJ McCollum to thankfully miss a 3 and the Heat can waltz away with a win.
Man, now I'm telling you, you looking at that whole sequence and you're going, what in the hell is going on?
Even Eric Reed was, and he is a loyal.
Yeah.
This is a heat lifer, a literal heat lifer.
Literal.
And he's just like, you could just hear the exhaustion in him. Like
Right.
nobody wants to win this game because
Right.
it was painful. The only good thing that really came out of yesterday, in all honesty, was we saw some pulse from Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry out of nowhere, out of nowhere, went on a 9-0 run. And I was like,
a Kyle Lowry run.
And he was hitting them. I mean, he was going to the rim. He was step back jumpers. He was hitting threes. I'm like, what is this? 2015? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that from Lowry all season.
But the thing is that I think he could do that more, but he's never really had to because he has all the other guys around him. And so he's playing point guard.
Dude, he hasn't scored over 15 since Christmas.
No, I understand that, but has he had to?
I know you're looking at me like that, Vlad. I'm not making that up.
Yeah, I popped my head up. I'm like, really?
Yeah, he hasn't scored over 15 points.
And believe me, he's on Kyle Lowry watch. All the things going on with the Heat, he is concentrating on what Kyle Lowry's doing.
I think it's important.
It's not.
It is.
I think
not.
it is, man.
Well, okay. Here, listen and understand this. If you score 110, 115, 120 points, right? And your point guard only has 10.
How many assists is he dishing
But
out?
that's just right. Like you got to look. He's a point guard.
But if he's on, but Leroy,
Okay, he's a point guard. You can't score 4 points, dude, making $30 million. Like, you're not Draymond Green.
You can't get double singles.
Like, you can't make fun of Draymond Green and then give Kyle Lowry a break. You can't.
Okay, but who are you going to take the ball from?
I don't like if you have a game like that where like everybody's struggling to score,
and then he took over.
But
right.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Right, but
there's been many games where the team
when because usually it's either Bam, it's either Tyler or it's Jimmy, right? Those are the three guys that you want.
Of course.
Okay, so then what are you saying? Now you want Kyle to do it?
Every now and then.
He did.
Finally. Signs of life.
Oh,
still in them, maybe.
Like you like they're what 5 games over 4 games. They're 4 games over 500. They've been on a nice little
run
here.
Got smoked by the Mavericks on Friday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Spo.
But that's what happens when you can't make threes.
As mad as it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like
as bad as I've heard Spo.
It was like, 1 point. It was 11-2.
Spo called it a wasted day.
Right. Wait, think about that. If you're 11-2 in just threes, it didn't end up that way. It was a lot worse. But 11-2, that means 27 points.
Hold on, Leroy.
What?
I'm not letting Tobin slide with that.
What's up?
Remember last weekend?
What I do?
When Tobin was like, yes, Luka's having problems with the Mavs.
I know. I hate. Don't you hate getting the inspired game? I hate that. Because and here's the thing, the Mavericks lost yesterday to the Clippers.
This is why it's good to have Vlad here.
Why?
Because he's here every day. So when he's here, he remembers stuff. See, I forget stuff like that because it's like this every day.
I know, no, but I'm laughing. I'm like,
I know. It was a bad. Listen, that was a bad flirting attempt by the Heat. It was.
It's a flirting attempt that went wrong.
Yes.
The water was thrown it back at his face.
It was bad. we tried and he said no.
No.
Not today, buddy. Sorry. Here's another 34 for you. Can you guys even score 30 for his team? Apparently not. He killed us.
I mean, it's 2 of the best basketball players in the league have the worst bodies, and Jovic and Luka, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jokic, not Jovic. Jokic, like it's crazy. Oh.
But you would take him on the Heat team.
Who, Jokic?
I wouldn't even try to put him in Heat shape.
That's the thing. I want to understand. If you can get one of those 2 guys,
and they say no,
but I don't want to be in Heat. I don't want to be in Heat shape. If they said that to you, what would you do, Tobin? Would you crack? Would you say, yeah, we might let you?
I mean, they have Kyle Lowry on the team.
He does.
I mean, but seriously,
you didn't see the UFC workout?
Like Kyle Lowry.
That's what I'm talking about. Everybody in there throwing haymakers behind him, and he got a medicine ball tip tapping on a 45.
Kyle looked like he worked hard in the offseason. And I've certainly I don't think Kyle Lowry's in bad shape, but Kyle Lowry even said when he came to the Heat, he's like, I'm not gonna eat culture. I've been in the league for 17 years.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, he had to rebound after last year. Right. So that's a personal thing. And I told you, guys who play a sport that long know the adjustments they need to make to be productive. But I just think that you wanting him to score more takes away from the guys who are scoring. And he has to have maybe a better feel of when he needs to be more aggressive, right? But
that's the thing that was stunning about yesterday is he's basically been a spot up shooter all year. Him getting to the rim yesterday was stunning. He has not done that all year.
Okay.
And that's that to me has been, I was like, oh, I mean, if you could get, that'd be nice. They need guys who can get to the rack. That's why Vic's been so valuable since he's come back.
Right.
But it hasn't.
I just think that you complaining about Kyle Lowry, I would say this. The three-headed monster in Jimmy, Tyler, and Bam are going to determine whether you win or lose games, not Kyle Lowry.
Then what's the point of having him? Takes $30 million.
Okay.
It's the money, isn't it, Tobin? It's the money.
No, but
if he was making 20, you would be like,
no. But in a salary cap sport where you can only pay 4 guys, if one of your guys is giving you nothing, yeah, it does matter. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I mean,
it's the same.
Every guy you sign doesn't always work.
I know,
or doesn't always fit.
There's a reason in why Max Strus making the minimum gets less fury than Duncan Robinson making $20 million in a salary cap sport. It does. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, welcome to sports.
But here's the other thing with sports is that the ebbs and flows of the game happen all the time.
Cool, dude. His ebb has been about a month. Or is it the flow? You tell me. I don't know what it's been, but it's been a month.
But I'm saying
15 points. I ain't asking for 20.
Tobin's going off, man.
When
it's Lowry, he gets his points off. When it comes to Kyle Lowry,
my God.
Tobin gets his points off.
What are you watching the run over again?
They showed Zeke getting run over. By the way, if that's Zeke's last play as a Cowboy, that's a bad way to go.
It's a bad way to go.
Hey, he going out as old Elvis, right?
Oh,
when Elvis did that special in the thick suit because he was thick.
When Elvis was in Vegas,
yeah,
doing the crap walk.
Yeah.
I also should mention multiple people are saying Broward's open today. They don't know what you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
they said.
I said Dade.
No, you said Broward.
I meant Dade. I know my daughter goes to Broward. Dade. It was empty when I got down to the Grattan.
I don't know.
I'm in Dade. Sorry.
I don't know.
I know my daughter goes. I know the school in Broward.
Why are you lashing out at me, dude?
Because
he just said just cause.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Dade South says Leroy just defending his golf buddy.
Oh no. Hey, by the way, you see that guy right there?
The chaos guy from the commercials?
Yeah, you know what movie he was in?
No.
John Wick.
Oh, all right.
I was watching flipping through the channels. I'm like, huh.
What's his action? Is it Havoc? What is his name? Mayhem. Oh, he's Mayhem. He's Mayhem.
Mayhem. Yeah.
But anyway, so the Heat are back at it tomorrow. The Boston Celtics are in town.
If they beat the Celtics, how crazy will you go on Wednesday?
I'll feel good because they'll be at a point they hadn't been all season. I would feel good.
No, because here's the thing. You know the Heat are going to turn it around second half, right after the All-Star break.
I don't feel they have been playing better. They got smoked by Dallas. Not great, but it's not like people are like, oh, they don't beat the good teams. I'm like, Dallas isn't like that great a team. Dallas is the same record as the Heat at that point. They were 3 games over, so it's not like the Heat went out there and they got exposed by the Grizzlies or something like that. People were getting a little bit too nutty with it. And if you beat Boston, yeah, Boston's one of the best teams in the league. So
don't they have the best record?
I think they do.
Yeah.
So
my question is here's what you have to identify or be realistic about. How good do you think this Heat team is? You see, because you're sitting here talking about who they should and who they shouldn't, how good do you think they are?
I think that they're looking like second round exit right now.
Okay. So going into these games, don't you have to?
But I think they can make some moves to get themselves better. I do feel like a lot of the
But until that happens,
I do like their start. I just feel like they're thin, dude. I just don't. I feel like they're relying on too many guys who I don't know if they're going to turn it around. I don't, and I do agree with you. I think the size is an issue as well. That's been an issue.
Oh!
They have two major issues going into the playoffs because I think their stars are good. Their stars I think are good. I think Bam, Jimmy, Tyler are really good, but not having a lack of size and a lack of shooting, not great for a playoff run.
Which is weird to say this team doesn't have shooting.
Right.
It's a weird, but is it they don't have shooters or the shooters aren't playing well?
What is the difference?
Huh?
Like they're not hitting shots. I mean,
right.
Yes, I would think Max Strus is a good shooter. He hasn't been a good shooter since last year's regular season. He was a bad shooter in the playoffs. He's been a bad shooter this year. Gabe Vincent, he had a nice little run, but he's been very streaky. Duncan Robinson's been hurt.
Well, isn't 3-point shooting a streaky anyway?
You're either a lead or you're not, dude. What are we doing here? You know?
I mean, but elite is over 40%.
Dude, they're the worst shooting team in the league.
Elite is over 40%. Huh?
Wait, worse than the Lakers?
They are the worst shooting team in the league. They were the worst in the playoffs after being the best last year. This year, terrible.
Well, isn't it ironic that a team that prides themselves on defense, right? That's all they talk about, is now struggling because they can't make shots. Right? That's a
It just makes every game a dogfight. It's like
right.
Every game is just sitting
every game, and it's not
because it's like any team in the NBA can walk out there and hit a dozen threes,
and
you're sitting here and you're like, oh, we're happy if we get 8.
Right?
Like that's what we're playing with here. It's like you go out there play, and it's like, oh, we're gonna have 4 3-pointers tonight in 2023.
Hey, how about Strus had a double-double? He had 10 assists. And he said, "Ooh, I never had that before." Yeah, because you were making shots, right? I mean, as simple as that. You got a little nerve. You're reluctant to take a shot, so you get assists.
Yeah, I think that look, they have been playing better, and that's great. But if we're going to talk about what are they going to do in the playoffs, they got the dude. Some things, unless you're telling me some turnarounds are happening, they have to make a couple moves to shore up that bench.
But here's the problem.
Does anybody else?
It's hard. Stuff? It's hard to make a move to a shooter. You see what I'm saying? That's a tough thing to go and give assets for a shooter because you don't necessarily know if he gonna fall to the same things that you got the current shooters you have are falling to, right? Just not been good, but you can like trade for some size. You can trade, for other things, but I wouldn't necessarily trade for a guy who's just a straight up shooter.
They have 3 guys right now, I think legitimately you trust in the playoffs. And it's Jimmy, Bam, and Vic. I don't even think you can put Tyler there because Tyler struggled in the playoffs. He needs to really prove some things.
What about
I think he's gonna be okay, but I can't. I'm not sure yet because
you really trust Bam?
Yeah. Oh, dude, Bam was the best player in an Eastern Conference Finals and was good.
Wait, there was a couple of games he was missing. Those first 3 or 4 games he was missing.
Dude, what are you talking about? In 2020, he was the.
I'm talking about 20 last
how
season.
How far back you going?
Yeah, you're going 2 years ago. I'm going this recent Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics.
He had 31 and 11 on a road game in game 3.
Because he was getting ripped by the media because you can't. What was it? Game 2, game 3, he scored like 4 and 6 points respectively.
Okay, and then he had 30 and 11 in a road game and had 25 points and 10 in game 7 when nobody else showed up other than Jimmy.
Yeah, but guess what? If he had showed up early in the series, that series wouldn't have gone 7.
Maybe, but Bam is a playoff player, dude. He is. You guard everybody, and if you're getting 25 and 10,
hold on. Let's be clear about Bam. Bam is probably one of your more rounded players, and so one of the reasons why you never get too caught up in what Bam's scoring is because he's probably one of your best defenders.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why.
And depending on who you have to defend.
Who are the 3 guys that I mentioned?
Yeah, no.
Jimmy,
right.
Vic, Bam. Because yes, you need wing defenders in the NBA.
Right.
You need guys who can go and shut people down, and you need guys who can get to the rim and score.
Now, depending on how difficult one end is, it makes it that much harder on the other end. So when you talk about some of the things that Bam is asked to do in the playoffs, or maybe even Jimmy, right? When they get to the other end, sometimes they struggle a little bit scoring because they're working so hard on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
If they could get some help, and I think Vic will help that somewhat, right? That they can, kind of do other things defensively, it'll give them guys a little more energy on the other end.
Yeah, which is one of the issues last year because PJ Tucker broke down. Kyle Lowry gave you nothing. He was hurt. Tyler Hero gave you nothing and then got hurt. Like
Tyler
all
Hero,
of these,
if you're counting on Tyler Hero for defense, God bless you. I'm just saying. Like you can't, that's not his thing.
We'll take a quick break. Our Tua. Tua has things to say.
What?
Yeah.
From where?
Twitter.
He's in Florida?
What?
He's in a golf course.
I figure he'd be,
Like Maui?
yeah.
It was on Twitter.
Okay. He could be on Twitter from anywhere, huh?
Exactly. I don't know where he is,
Oh, okay.
but he's tweeting.
We'll.
Could be something. Could be nothing. That's next.
Really?
What?
So I wasn't shouting down the hallway. Hey, Tobin, we're coming back on the air.
I thought I heard the music and then it just stopped. Is that the end?
Yes.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
He goes, Tobin, we're back.
Felt quick.
The intro's playing.
Felt like, oh, it is
No, we
11:06.
just had like a 30-minute conversation
Yeah,
about
we had about the
Time
about
flies.
the playoffs.
Dude. Time
He,
flies. You know
look,
what I'm saying?
this is an interesting conversation. So he asked me, he say, hey, man, you ever just go on the field and the other team playing and you go, yeah, this ain't going to be our day. I'm like, man, look, you knew when I was in Cleveland and we played Pittsburgh, when, you knew within about the first 10 minutes of the game, right? Like, and here's the crazy thing. Like, I used to always give Bill a lot of credit for adjustments and stuff like that. And we would go into that Pittsburgh game and you hear this, fellas, we can make all the adjustments you want. You got to play better. I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sometimes it just ain't working, right? But here's the fine line between making it work and not. You can't be so quick to change who you are in a game, right? And sometimes, and this happens with coaches a lot, they run the ball 10, 15 times and they ain't get the big play out of it, and they'll abandon the run. And that's usually just when it starts getting good. So, like, I think coaches need to be more patient with the run and give a team like San Francisco credit, because they got to run it. They can't put all that pressure on Purdy. You know what I mean? So they just find creative ways to run it with different people. But they're in a situation where they can't abandon the run. You have other teams like, say, Buffalo, right? We talked about all year how Singletary and their running game was going to be the difference. And then they get in those crucial moments and they just start dropping Josh Allen back 1,000 times. So you have to know the difference between adjustments and your identity and being a better version of who you are.
Right.
And a lot of coaches fold under that to where they start struggling to get behind and you see a whole different team and you're like, whoa. That's not who you've been all year.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. Ooh, I hope they got I hope they got that good ice.
What is the good ice?
Huh?
I fill the ice trays around here because I'm a frequent ice tray user around this place.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's very nice of you, man.
Thanks, man. Oh, I'm not a bastard like the rest of these people.
Like, first of all, there's got to be people here for them to be bastards.
Well, I always fill my
Right.
ice trays.
We don't hardly
That
see
is true.
nobody. This is an expensive ass building that never have no people in it.
I was stunned to see people here on a Monday. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, hello.
Well, and then what's funny is you walk by a studio and the red light's on.
Nobody's there.
Nobody's there.
Is that a robot? What is that?
It's like an Airbnb up in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is there? A mouse DJ? Like, what's going on? I don't see nothing. Pretty wild. Anyway, so here were your finals yesterday on divisional weekend. The Eagles, they hammered. We haven't talked much about this game. They hammered the Giants 38-7.
And it wasn't that, and wait. And it wasn't that close. And Vlad, that's one of them games where after like the first quarter and a half, you start looking around on that sideline and say, we are getting our ass kicked and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Because they beating you with the run. That is the most demeaning thing. Getting 200 and almost 300 yards run against you is equivalent to old boy getting knocked out in 5 seconds in MMA. Right?
That's just basically taking your manhood.
Yes.
By the way, speaking of our boy Gilbert Burns.
Ooh. Choked him out.
Buzzsaw
Really?
right through him like a knife through butter.
Really?
Neil Magny had no shot.
No shot.
Choked him out. Called out Kobe Covington afterwards.
Huh?
Remember that fight?
Oh, he called out Covington?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just do it in Brazil. That would be good. Because, that's
Covington has no chance in Brazil, man.
Those Brazilian fans are ruthless. Ruthless.
That's some sick fans.
Moreno beat Figueiredo, and it was kind of like, here's what happened. So he punches him. He does a leaping punch right into the eye. And the dude, and then like I had a follow-up, and he kind of like finger pounded, but nothing touched, right? So Figueiredo tried to pull like a vet move after taking a shot where he really got hurt and said, eye poke. And the ref was like, nah, dude, you got punched. And his eye, Leroy, it took like that. His eye was shut and cut. And the doctor wouldn't let him continue the next round. And the fans they threw so many beers and popcorns at Moreno. Moreno had to run out of there with the belt. Yeah, they're nuts. And then here's the other thing. So in the final fight, Glover, Jamal Hill killed him. I mean,
really?
Yeah, they should have stopped the fight in reality. Like, it should have been stopped maybe after the third round because Glover's just tough as nails, and he just kept taking head kick after head kick after head kick. It was insane. And he had his eye. John Anik was saying this on the broadcast. He goes, I've never had this much blood on my note cards because over to Teixeira just kept taking his fingers and like palming the blood away and like shaking it off. So they should have stopped the fight, but they didn't. And Jamal Hill is the new light heavyweight champion of the world. But Glover retires after the fight. And finally, I mean, he's old as hell. I thought he should have like won the belt, and because he was like one of those guys that never won the belt, finally won the belt. I wish he would have retired then.
Before that,
cool. Yeah,
because you knew what was coming.
But he was in. He was
right.
Well, he just lost the championship and lost it at the buzzer. Like he like fumbled at the goal line,
right,
and got choked out. It was pretty crazy. But this fight was not competitive at all. He got destroyed.
He looked old,
right. Looked slow, and he says he does such a classy thing afterwards, where Jamal Hill, he's crying, he's got the belt finally, and Glover says, I'm retiring and I'm walking out with the new champ. Don't do anything to him. And so that was a cool move by Glover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So very classy move. I got the goosies a little bit watching that card. It was fun.
Yeah,
I did. Anyway, back to the football. Yeah, that Giants game was
all the games were this weekend.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What?
Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow? Burrow.
See that Ryan Fitzpatrick hanging out at the game yesterday with the Bills fans? This dude's got to grow up, right?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Have you ever seen a guy who's like? Doesn't he have like a family of 14? Have you ever seen a guy that wants to be out of the house more to get love from strangers than this guy?
Joe Flacco.
Tom Brady.
Good arguments.
Any elder quarterback.
Valid argument.
Good points.
Good points.
Good points by you both. He's sitting there tailgating.
Wait.
All
he got is a bunch of kids. Tom Brady had Giselle Bundchen.
That's true.
He still wanted to play around.
He still wanted to play around too.
This dude's sitting around there.
Giselle, if you tell me to quit radio, I'm done, baby. I'm done.
He's sitting there and he is absolutely like trying to get so much attention by the Bills fans. Don't you guys love me for the mediocrity? No, nobody loves you, dude. And in fact, if you're a Dolphins fan, I don't understand anybody who likes this guy. You watch what Joe Burrow is doing right now. Fitzpatrick's fault. You would have had Joe Burrow. Not that I'm not happy with Tua. I'm just saying I don't understand the love this guy gets. It's weird. It's weird.
Fitzmagic, baby.
Think about this. The reason why I hate talking about who you could have had after a draft. Okay?
Yep.
There's 20-something other teams saying they could have had Dan Marino. So you benefited from it too. So stop. Stop.
30 years ago.
I don't care.
40 years ago.
Wait. All those options. You ended up with a Hall of Famer.
Everybody knew
it happens. Be. Wait. What about all the people that waited and didn't take Patrick Mahomes?
It was only 10 other teams.
Yeah, but they traded up for him.
Still,
And they traded up for
They
him, yeah.
traded up.
Mhm.
So
made the move.
like it happens all the time.
Number one. Everybody knew
What,
number one.
what about the 31 other teams that passed on Lamar Jackson?
Look,
It happens.
It happens, but I'm telling everybody knew who
I mean,
number
I-
one was going to be that year. And
Yes.
the only reason that you weren't number one is because this Fitzpatrick and his stupid pride went and won some
wait.
games.
So let me get this straight.
Love it.
You are mad at a competitor, an NFL player, for winning?
Absolutely.
Time out. Let me ask you this.
Hmm?
Are you all right? Which Ryan Fitzpatrick are you upset at? The Fitzpatrick that you think cost you a chance of getting Joe Burrow,
Mhm.
or the Fitzpatrick who was leading the Dolphins to a winning season and got replaced by Tua?
Both. I hate them both. I hate all Ryan Fitzpatricks.
Wait, he's like Ryan Fitzpatrick is walking
In fact,
outside
what you say
like
there,
the Matrix.
this is
Mr.
exactly
Smith.
this is exactly why I hate all elements of Fitzpatrick. I hate the guy that's not bad enough to tank, but thinks he's too good to be replaced. That's all I hate about him. Because everybody treats him like he's a Hall of Fame, even though he's never been to the playoffs and played for
Who
half the
treats
league.
him like a Hall of Famer?
Everybody, dude.
Nobody does.
He sits there
His
on
own
that
family doesn't treat him like
he
a Hall of
sits-
Famer.
He
That's
sits
why he was
there-
at the Buffalo game.
He sits there at Thursday Night Football with his Hawaiian shirts and his Christmas sweaters, and plays ukulele with Tua, even though he booed that he was gone. Get out of here. Mike Gesicki thanks him instead of Tua. Take a hike, Gesicki.
Really?
Oh, now you're down
Take
again.
a
What
hike,
are you
dude.
doing?
You know, I saw a real tight end this
Ah.
weekend. His name's George Kittle.
Gasecki's not built like George.
Kittle me this, Batman.
Gasecki doesn't even have facial hair.
-1.
Like Kittles look like he just
Kill
came
me this,
right.
Batman.
Kittles look like he just came right out of the woods.
Ryan
Right?
Fitzpatrick.
Does
I didn't know. He
Does George Kittles look like he just
He
came
looked
right
like
out of the
he just
woods?
finished doing a live show with the WWE. Just
Yes!
go straight to the game, right?
Right.
after.
Yes.
Somebody says that Glover's face looked like a pepperoni calzone. He's not wrong. It was brutal. I got to give you some pictures during the break. All right.
So like
What?
I don't understand. Why are you mad at a quarterback for winning?
Oh, dude. Because
Like, that's what you get. You know what?
what is the
This
saying?
is fans like this. It's fans like this that get what they deserve.
Why?
Right? Fans complain about winning and then complain that your team didn't tank enough. Make up your damn mind.
I'm salty. I'm salty. Here's the thing. I'm salty for a couple of reasons.
Walk
One-
me through this. Please
Okay.
help me understand how you
Everybody-
can complain when
think
your
about
team's
this.
losing
Mhm.
and complain when they don't lose enough.
Think about this. The Dolphins took all that crap that year for putting people in danger. Danger. The Cincinnati Bengals got to sneak through the back door, and somehow they're in 2 straight AFC championship games with Joe Burrow. Not a criticism. Nary a criticism. Nothing. But you know what they say? Pride cometh before the fall.
Dude, first of all, stop it. Stop it with the, you ain't ye old English. You ye old redneck. Stop. Stop. If you give it wisdom, the first words out of your mouth better be Bubba. Hey, Bubba. Because that's how rednecks do it. Not like, what did you say?
Pride cometh before the fall.
And cometh. Cometh doesn't make you smarter.
Cometh. Because you put a TH after something don't make you smart, man.
What is wrong?
Means you speak proper English.
No, dude.
Doesn't mean you speaketh proper English.
He would try. Dude. I think one time when I was younger, me and my uncle had just watched a movie or something.
Yeah.
And we decided that for the rest of the day, we were gonna speak in ye old English.
Oh, that's the best.
Grandma wasn't having it. She was so mad. Say, grandmother, why for art thou so angry?
What about Mumsy?
Oh, we're playing with fire there.
Mama, I'm quite famished.
Mums.
Mums,
Mumsy.
I'm quite famished and parched. Can you please give me some water? some Deer Park water.
Can you just You
Yeah.
got it out of your system for the day?
What?
That's it.
With what?
You
With
know what?
Fitzpatrick?
No. The cometh and goeth and all that.
All right, dude.
All right.
Just trying to be proper.
The only proper you know is sausages.
Oh,
Down the street.
Back after this.
Full weekend of NFL playoffs that we're talking
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest artists of our time.
Did you watch the Timberwolves game with him?
Yeah,
You did?
yeah. Guess who else was in there? Tiger Woods.
That's a good
Tiger
one.
was young.
Young Tiger?
Yeah, because remember he was a Target guy, and Target is headquartered there.
I bet he was a
He-
Target guy.
Prince
Also a
is
Perkins guy, too.
Prince is Prince is a sneaky cool dude, man.
Of course.
Everybody you talk, but yeah, but he was he was an artist that he loved making music, and if you go look at the credits of the songs he wrote for other people, he would write those songs for him, and he say, "I don't sound right with me doing it. This who it would sound right for," and call that person up and give
I
him
would do
the
that
song.
many a times with Romberg for parody songs.
Wow.
Prince, and remember when Kanye tried to take Beck's award
Yes.
and he said he shouldn't have won it? Well, the only other guy that I know of that did what Beck did, Beck made an album by himself, playing all the instruments. Well, Prince did that too. Paisley Park, the album,
Right.
he just went to a studio and made an album,
You know what,
playing every instrument.
We really want to know, did he invite you back to Lake Minnetonka, back to his mansion, and did you
No,
play basketball?
and
And did he make pancakes?
his property is called Paisley Park.
Right.
So it's his house. When this album was, it's his house, and it's like a compound. But yeah, that's the first thing I asked when I got to Minnesota. Is Lake Minnetonka real? Yes, it is. It is a real lake.
So Tua, he came out on Twitter and IG, sent everybody into a frenzy, especially his tweet. Because the tweet,
Wait, who did he send
wait,
it to a
wait,
frenzy?
Ty, I got this.
everybody.
Glad I got
A
this. I
frenzy,
got this.
dude.
And when you say everybody, you mean you.
No. I didn't take it, but you know, it's Tua, so everything's a thing.
Because I just picture you going home and your wife say, "Why the hell would you do that?" Everybody was doing it. Who's everybody?
I'm certainly listen.
Just me.
I invented the game. Could be something. Could be nothing.
So we got to look at. I'm gonna be the judge of this, not you. You tend
All right.
to get a little carried.
Fair
away.
enough. Fair enough.
All right.
Jennifer, if you could first bring up the tweet that Tua
The
put up.
tweet.
Tua puts up a tweet and it says, "When one chapter ends, another begins. Proud of this last one, excited for the next one."
That's
And
just
so-
a creative way of saying, "Can't wait for next year, you jackass."
Hold on though.
What are you doing?
People were wondering, does that mean he's going on to the next chapter of his life?
Ah!
Now I took it as
That's a new book,
what do you mean?
a new chapter.
Yeah, you're
next season.
I understand,
Oh,
but it's
goodness.
Tua. His future was
Wait,
murky. With
What
people.
if-
And here's the other thing. Did you see? Like, can you bring back the
not
tweet,
doing
same
it. Not
thing? Hold
doing
on,
it.
Bring back the tweet.
Not letting you
Come on,
do
Leroy,
it.
play
Look,
with it.
look at the
Play
picture.
along with
You
it.
see how he's kind of looking off into the smoke? Very ominous.
Like he's looking, maybe possibly thinking of another endeavor, another
Right. Who knows?
You know.
Now, I agree with you. That was your initial reaction.
Play-
Was my initial reaction.
I'm gonna play with it.
Vlad is doing what you do to me to you. He is egging you up. Boop, boop.
No. I'm just saying.
Vlad,
I
Vlad
agree
over
with
here-
you.
Vlad over here poking you, and you're not smart enough to see what Vlad's doing.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, a lot of people took it as wow. it's looking at
Who's everybody?
people?
Nobody
People
did.
took it. dude.
Nobody.
I'll tell you why they did. Okay, so next he posted the same thing on his Instagram, but then he switched it up.
Uh-oh.
Okay, on his Instagram he posts the same caption basically, but he doesn't go excited for the next one as far as chapter. He specifically says season.
Yes.
Oh, so then
So
here's
he
what I-
realized
because he realized
He made a
that-
mistake.
yeah, so you put next season, which is I hadn't seen any of these, and I knew exactly what he was saying. Only a jackass
what are you
would
doing?
make the assumption he was talking about another team.
But you can look,
Wait.
see here on, if you look at his IG, see how it puts edited. He knew he had to make now you can't edit on Twitter, I think, unless you pay Musk a lot of money. So he edited his Instagram
That was good.
to make it clear,
Right.
because people will take whatever with him and run with it.
Not everybody. Just you.
I wasn't running with anything.
Right now, you are streaking down the field like Tyreek Hill with your hand up.
I'm not reaching, dude.
You are reaching.
I think I agree. He is saying for next season. But you can understand how it's open-ended.
No.
You could.
No.
Why did he switch it then?
What? Dude.
He did clarify. He had to clarify.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. As long as Tua's been here, all of 3 years.
Yep.
That dude has never said a negative thing about the organization.
Of course.
And you think his first comments that are negative towards the organization
Why would that be negative?
is going to be like that?
Well, I didn't take it as a shot at the Dolphins. I just took it as I took it as it's going to be for next season. But I think some people were wondering. I did. I did.
When you set it up, you didn't even set it up like that.
Well,
You didn't set it up
I
like
want to
that.
set it up in proper context for
You
everybody.
didn't set it up in proper context.
I set it up in proper context.
You're a fraud. You're a phony. You're doing it.
What do you think is with that smoke picture, though?
I just think that was a picture that somebody had of him, and he put the picture there. Him
Kind of
coming out of the
I
tunnel.
mean, it
Or
is
it
a
could
cool
be-
picture.
Or it could be that's his brain's right there thinking right now. It's all in
Just
smoke.
very foggy.
It's very foggy. I'm just thinking.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Why would you
Wait.
put next?
I mean,
I mean, I'm just saying he is looking in the distance in a bunch of clouds. Not the first time.
wouldn't it be something if the caption said, "I want all that smoke"?
Oh, we got to talk about that too.
Guy says, Dade South, he says, they call Tobin Hack Reacher.
Yes, right. Come on, dude. Really?
I agree with you.
No,
I was
you
just
don't.
want
You
it
no,
sent
no.
people into a frenzy, dude. It sent people into a frenzy.
Sent you to a friend. You didn't send people.
No, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Let me look right now. Here, I'll look at the quote tweets. That's how you always tell. All right.
Leroy, that Tobin has 50 burner accounts. So
I don't. Dude. It's got a lot of
He's
retweets.
the Kevin Durant of
Yeah.
South Florida talk show radio.
No. Here's the reason why he's not. Right? Because if somebody tweets something negative at him, right? He goes, "I have your attention." Right? So he doesn't care. You can send Tobin whatever. He don't care. That means he got action. And most of the time, when he gets that action, he go needle back.
How long does it have to? You need to find this quote. The others.
He
bro.
quit looking because they don't
He's looking at
exist.
resume. He's looking at his burner accounts. That's what I'm saying.
Guy says we need a quarterback that doesn't miss 5+ playoff games. Better have 2 starting quarterbacks if we keep you.
Wait.
Huh?
Guy says-
5 regular season games.
Guy says.
So wait, and here's the crazy thing about this.
Hold on.
I'm gonna say here's the crazy thing about this.
Yes.
Those same people would want Lamar Jackson, who's played less
Perhaps.
games than.
Another guy says, is Tua's next chapter heaven? It's because he's looking in the clouds. Another guy says,
that's messed up.
is this a retirement tweet? Interesting quote from Tua. Is he retiring or moving on to another team? See, I told you.
It's not another team. Put it this way. Why would Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel on Monday, the day after the loss to the Bills, say that Tua's the quarterback in the 2023 season?
Mm-hmm.
And then Tua's now tweeting and posting on IG that he's ready to move on to his next in Denver
Well, he said the next chapter.
the next chapter, as if like he's leaving the team.
Either leaving the team or leaving football, but that's why he had to switch it on Instagram, because I think he thought he was being artsy-fartsy. But the problem is everybody reads too much into what he does. So you have to be crystal clear, which he was on Instagram after an edit. But initially, when you're talking could be something, could be nothing, the reason why people thought it was something is because you didn't make it clear that it was nothing. You see what I'm saying?
No, here's what I understand about you. All of a sudden, you're gonna play dumb and act like you didn't know what he was talking about to make your point. You see, that's what's
10
crazy.
million views.
And 9,999,999 of them are you.
No.
Come on, dude. Did you really think that was something?
No, but people did.
Did-
And if enough people think it, Well,
You set it up.
hold
You
on.
did not set
Hold
it
on.
up like it was nothing.
Hold on.
You're
Here's the
great,
thing,
man.
though.
You
Here's
are
the
great.
thing.
You
See,
are great.
I know.
Here's the
You are
thing.
great.
You can't say he didn't realize it. Why would you switch the caption on Instagram?
Okay.
To clarify.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude.
But if he's clarifying, it meant that what people got out of it was not what he
That's
intended.
my point. That is my point. You agree with? We're on the same page here.
First of all,
His initial tweet
I don't agree
left
with
too
you.
much of a.
I don't agree
vagueness.
with you. I don't care what you're saying. I don't. No, I don't agree with you.
Okay, but
Because if I say
we're in lockstep on this one.
no, we're not.
We are though, dude.
No, we're not. Why you act like we in the potato bag?
I'm telling you
running
right
the,
now.
running the race at the company picnic. No, we're not.
What did Tua say?
Oof. All right.
Yeah.
He initially. Do you have the tweet, JFig? The tweet. He initially said, "When one chapter ends, another begins." Unless you're on the last chapter, of course. Proud of this last one. Excited for the next one.
Why can't he just say when one season ends, another one begins? Prior to the
Because
last
you
one?
know why?
Why
Now
is he
he's
because
saying
people
so it
try
sounds
to
like
be
you agree with me
creative.
too. It was too much because of who he is, with everything being overanalyzed. He left too much wiggle room,
He could
which
use-
is why he had to come back.
We all familiar.
with
You
wiggle room.
know,
Nobody.
right?
Oh, come on.
Nobody know what wiggle room is
Hey,
but you.
You talking about the samurai of words right here? Okay?
Yeah.
You talking about the guy that knows how to cut up words?
Yep.
and-
Yeah.
I got
Hey.
my katana out, dude. And I'm telling you right now, that's why he had to go back on Instagram and change it to season. He had to specifically say season, because otherwise, you never know. I'm happy he's back.
I see where you're going with this. I saw
Dude,
it.
you're the worst.
I see where you're going
Dude,
with this.
that dude ain't never. And so his first negative comments are gonna be that
It wasn't negative. It was
exactly
clouded.
It wasn't clouded.
It was.
The semantic
It was murky.
samurai.
There
That's
he
what
It was
is.
murky.
Right.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you.
He had to. He
Why
had
are you coming at
stolen
this
the
situation like Kill Bill? Like he got like, come on.
We'll take a break. We'll get to Leroy's playoff game balls and game bums next.
560 Sports WQAM. Just say, Alexa, play WQAM. Boom. There we are.
Hour Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
This guy's a ball. All right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to give out our game balls and game bums. We hand this over to Leroy Horde. It was a great run. But if that's Robert Smith, that's 6, most likely. All right, Leroy. What do we got today for game balls and game bums from the divisional round of the playoffs?
My game balls are going to go to 2 teams, the Eagles and Cincinnati. You just went and took care of business and manhandled the people you played against.
Oof.
What Philly did to the Giants was like, wow, whatever they wanted to do. Bullies. And what Cincinnati did in a hostile environment, when that crowd was at its loudest, go up 14 points with precision and everybody on point. That was good quality football. My game bums. I'm not going to even give a game bum to Buffalo.
Why?
Because if I give a game bum to Buffalo, I'm taking away from how good Cincinnati was.
But
you know, if you can look, sometimes the other team is better. Cincinnati was better than Buffalo.
Definitely.
And it has nothing to do with Buffalo. You just got beat.
Looks like Stephon Diggs wanted to give a game bum to Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah. My game bum. You know, I'm going to use my same rule to not give a game bum to a game bum Hall of Famer, Eli Apple.
Again?
He's celebrating a pass defense when you didn't have to because it wasn't catchable. I'm not giving it to him.
Okay.
But I am going to give one to whatever jackass designed that play.
Let me tell you something right now.
Designed that play for your running back and Ezekiel Elliott to be the center, right? And you're going to come up with this crazy, formation so y'all could then start tossing the ball around. And there was not one toss, and you almost got your running back killed.
Could you could anything scream more, hey, this worked in practice when nobody can hit each other, than that play?
We call that old 2 a.m. play. They're like, hey, let's put, and that defender was standing over Ezekiel Elliott, just like, hey, dude, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to light you up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And why would you put your start running back in a position looking between his legs because he's not a snapper to see where he's throwing the ball?
I don't understand it.
Then they throw one pass tackle, game over. They don't even get
Wasn't
any
even
tosses.
lateral. He was hit so fast.
It was hit so fast because, I don't know, you didn't have any linemen in the game?
Did you really did they really go about this and say, you know what? 9 guys out there willy-nilly, we can make this happen?
Dude, I don't know, but wait. San Francisco called the timeout. And you got to change the formation once they call a timeout, right? No, let's run it back.
I mean, it is Mike McCarthy.
And they said, they go, all right, hey, light him up. They sent out the signal, light him up. I have to tell you this. To be honest with you, I don't think Ezekiel Elliott going to be there anyway. I think they're going to go with Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
But that game did change when Pollard got hurt, guys.
It did. It did. But yeah.
I mean, look, it's like that. It's that like, is it just that typical thing? They just gave Zeke too many carries, and now it's just at that point.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's. I would say Tony Pollard brings a level of explosiveness that Ezekiel never really had. Right? He wasn't like he's going to be that methodical downhill, kind of rusher. And Tony Pollard gives you a little more athleticism, a little more wiggle, a little speed, and I think they just like that a little bit more.
I'm surprised, Tobin, you didn't give your boy Trevor Lawrence game bump.
I told you got to he won a playoff game. You get a little
What
bit of a
wait. What are you going to do? A team they've had
they should have won that game. They blew it.
Right. They've had two. How about this? They've had 2 first picks in the last 3 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
3 number 1 picks. So like at some point, right? They're gonna turn around. And they did this year.
Theoretically, yes. That is what you're supposed to do. But no, like I thought they have to be kicking themselves. You had Patrick Mahomes out of the game. You got Chad Henne, who's 100 years old and
98 yards on.
How are you not
Are
kicking
you
yourself?
tired? Can I ask you a question?
That crushing fumble.
Are you tired of calling quarterbacks that finally leave here bums and then they go somewhere else and have success?
I was thinking that the whole time. I'm like,
holding a clipboard for Patrick Mahomes. You come in for a couple drives every 3 years. That's
but
success.
every time he
comes in, they go right down the
they
field.
score.
Wait, what do you? No.
I'm not going to sit here on this show and allow you to say Chad Henne's been a success.
No. I'm not saying that.
By the way, J-Fig, you're doing the thing where you're giving him that camera angle again where we can't see him. Like, just do the wide. He's a camera leaner. Just keep it to the wide angle.
No, I don't know why she got us in this little bitty ass box.
I don't know either.
He's frozen now.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not frozen.
Are you frozen?
You are.
No, look.
You look like Gary Payton right now.
Over here you are.
No, look at me.
I don't know why you're arguing.
Everybody's moving.
Well, yeah, because it's your computer, your broadcast. It's not gonna have that.
Stop
that
moving.
resolution problem.
You're frozen again.
Yep.
Hold on.
Yep. See, I'm not lying to you. Oh, now you're a ghost.
You're an apparition.
That's your.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's me who's not on Wi-Fi. You're right.
No.
You're lashing out, dude.
Look, my camera's perfect. My stuff's perfect. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
You're literally the person who's like, it's not me, it's you on the signal thing when we're all telling you it's you and you are denying it.
Come look at mine.
I don't have to. I know how computers work. Yes, of course, your broadcast is going to look good.
You just got that raggedy ass equipment. I don't know what to tell you.
Take a picture of it and show it to
I don't
him.
have to. He just came over here and saw it.
Oh, you right. Well, there you go.
But that's your reception.
That's a great meme there.
Then why is Vlad crystal clear?
Vlad's crystal clear on mine too.
Yeah, but you're not. Right now, you're stuck taking a swig of a drink.
Yep.
Really?
Come here. Look at this. That's you right now. That's not me. That's you. See?
Yeah.
And then you're gone.
And
Like
then poof, you're
1995.
So
It's like you're a pixel.
riddle me this, Batman. Look at mine. It's perfectly clear.
Okay, but two computers are down. Like if
But I'm on StreamYard, so it's not
that's
like
how that works, dude. It's
Okay.
you could. It's not how the website works. It's your Wi-Fi connection, which is bum assing you, which is not your fault, by the way.
Hmm.
It's not your fault.
Why are you blaming me then?
Well, because you're denying resolution. Pride cometh before the fall, dude.
Can I just tell you, there is nothing that makes less sense than that.
It's
You
true
just
though. It's a
dropping
statement.
that.
It's a statement. It's a thing.
Pride before the fall.
Yeah.
The last thing
Is
to go-
that that's
the last
you
thing to
know
go
when
is
you
your
know where
pride.
you heard that? Vikings.
No,
That's what they would rather go out in
that's true.
a hell of glory and everybody get killed.
Absolutely.
By the way, if you watched it,
I gotta catch up. I'm 3 episodes in.
man,
Business picks up.
well, then nobody else was watching it, so I can pretty much.
I'm watching it.
No, you know, but
It's, I
so
think the number 2 show on Netflix right now. I don't think you should-
did what's her name have the baby yet?
Hmm?
Did Fridas?
No, not for
Oh,
me.
Okay.
No.
So wait till you get to that episode.
All right.
You realize all the people that have been nice And
I already could see the breadcrumbs there. I know something's coming. I didn't trust him from the start.
Yeah, he was way too nice.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
trust.
nobody's that nice to Vikings.
We'll take a quick break. Back after this.
Listen
Drizzy back up in this thing, I'm ready. What's happening? Gone for surgery, but now I'm back again. I'm about my paper like a scratch and win. World Series attitude, champagne bottle life. Nothing ever changes, so tonight is like tomorrow night. I will have a model.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up till 2 o'clock here today. Before the end of this hour, we will give away a pair of tickets to Heat and Pacers coming up on February 8th. Let's get us some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Appreciate it. Oh, J-Fig's here. I feel like you're always tagging in like right there in 2 hours. What happens the first 2 hours of the show? What's going on there, Jennifer?
Business.
You're muted. I don't hear you. I think you got to put her pot up there, Vlad. Good.
Business.
Business.
Business. This is what it's very difficult doing home shows. It's just one thing after the other.
I see. It's a pick your poison. The home show distraction of Scooby or the traffic. You got to pick.
But
It's
I'm
a
here.
balance.
Hello, Jennifer.
We were just discussing how she always seems to pop up at 12 o'clock.
Oh, that's because she's sleeping in.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm always here.
All right. Headlines. Let's see. What else we got here? Chris Collinsworth. I mean, did you hear him this week with Patrick Mahomes? He is to Patrick Mahomes what Tony Romo is to Josh Allen.
Oh, really?
He slobbers. He's loves him. By the way, how about this?
I can see it. I would say that the young quarterbacks of today don't have that orneriness as the older guys like Tom Brady and
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning wasn't really ornery.
Sometimes he was. Idiot kicker.
Well, that was just the kicker
Hated
running
that
his
guy.
mouth.
Got into
was
it.
that for Andrew Jack?
Yeah, I think it was.
And then
he got into it with Jeff Saturday.
And then what about ayahuasca?
He's a grump.
Yeah. But they don't like the new wave quarterback doesn't seem to, you know what I mean?
The Marlins made a big trade, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Legit big trade. They traded for the AL batting champ Luis Arias for Pablo Lopez and stuff.
As soon as he comes to the black hole to hit.
Don't do that. This is a big move. Got the batting champ. They're gonna make some moves. Did you see Jazz is moving to center field? His idea.
Yeah, with all that speed, why not?
I like it. Well, he's never played outfield.
Y'all going crazy over a batting champion that averaged 314?
Dude, any do you know the last time? When's the
Talk
last
to me when we get Aaron Judge.
That's not gonna happen. He just signed for $400 million. This is a good move. And now they're gonna put Jazz in the outfield. That center field, that's been a hole forever. It was his idea. Did you hear how his idea? Rosenthal had a really good piece on it. He was apparently practicing and just shagging some fly balls at informal workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Skip Schumacher and told him, Skip, I'm your guy. I can do it. And so after they made this trade, Skip Schumacher took him up on it.
All right.
I feel like you're being a little bit dismissive. AL batting champ, dude. We said we need some sticks. They got some sticks.
Okay. Like so here. I'm not saying that the moves they made are terrible, but I am saying this. This team has made moves before, and the problem is they never see them through. So they'll make a bunch of moves, and if it don't work in a week, they trade everybody. So that's why when they do make a move, even if I think it's going to work or not, I just hope the damn organization is patient with it.
All right, but like they're not going to trade him this year. He's here.
Right.
It doesn't make a lot
Who's
of money.
the pitcher that brought his dog down?
Oh, that was Mark Burley. Different front office, though.
Okay. Wait.
Take it easy, man.
Hold on.
Woosa, man. Woosa.
Blame Samson for that.
Okay. Are you the same person that has looked me in the eyes and said the Dolphins have been waiting for 25 years?
You told me.
And I say different people, different players. and you say, "Oh, dude, it don't matter. We've been going through this for 25 years," and then you just turn around and do the same thing with the Marlins.
You're gonna lash
But
out
take
at
the
me
other
after
side.
you just admitted the Dolphins were cursed 3 weeks ago.
No. We're concentrating on you right now.
No, we're concentrating
Yes,
on you.
You're not flipping this onto me.
Dude, you're a special at Denny's right now. You're a flapjack. Flipping and flopping, dude.
One
You can't say that.
minus one.
I can say it. I can hold it up better than anybody.
So
I'm like
so
catch
wait,
me if you can.
you
I was the tax evader, and now I'm working for the IRS.
so wait. You're telling me that it's not hypocritical what you have just done.
What's hypocritical about it?
You just took the totally other side about the same moves.
It's not the same move. One is
I'm talking about the Dolphins
but
versus.
they're not the same move.
Why not?
Because one is a trade, and one was getting Mark Burley, who was 100 years old, and give him a free agent deal.
No. I'm talking about you saying we've been waiting for 25 years with the Dolphins, and then telling me
because you said
it's a different regime.
It is.
I have been saying that to you about the Dolphins every day for the last 2 years.
Then why wouldn't you give it the benefit of the doubt?
Huh?
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, this is not about me.
I don't understand.
This is about you.
Why don't you stick to your own principles?
This is you flip
What kind of guy are
flopping.
you?
This is you flip. Wait, no, because
What are you worried about? How I handle my business?
because I've said exactly what I said. I didn't say it wasn't.
Dude, I have always been consistent with how I do things. You want to know how I do things? Case by case. That's how old Tobes works. I'm law and order.
That's not consistent. That means you can change your mind because it's a new case.
I've never been more consistent. Is that I take it by a case basis. That's how I do
Then
it.
why are you talking about 25 years?
Because it is what it is. Same thing with the Marlins.
But with the Marlins, you'll say
Marlins won a playoff series more recently than the Dolphins have won a playoff game and a championship, by the way.
I mean,
If we're going to talk about the type of stretch,
they've won 2.
no, 1.
2.
Well, if we're talking championships, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying since they won a playoff game, the Marlins have a championship.
You're the worst.
No,
Let's talk about something.
fine. You don't want to be you don't want to be here and be happy about Reyes Campoyo. That's fine. Mine. Somebody that stole that from somebody on Twitter, but it's still good. They got to sell that. Right up their alley.
He's still trying to get some damn what are we trying to get? Churros in the damn arena. Yeah.
Time to get some cat talk. Cat talk here on 56 WQAM is brought to you by Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your surging Florida Panthers.
I have put mine in a cup.
What is that?
This is
It looked good, man.
this is
Kiwi guava.
Kiwi
I have
guava.
strawberry.
Oh, it's
guava.
refreshing.
It is refreshing. I
It
just got
is
this
with
out
some
of the
That
ice.
nice little ice in there. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the rocks, huh?
The
Yeah,
Panthers.
you got me wanting to put some vodka up in here.
The Panthers won 5-3 on Saturday over the Minnesota Wild. Sorry, I know you love Minnesota, but I'll tell you, Panthers streaking right now, dude.
Nobody has a mascot called the Wild.
Minnesota does.
No, I know.
Minnesota does.
So that means that their mascot is like Stanford.
Well, all I can tell you
not a
right now,
tree.
dude,
It's a
is
tree.
there's
some bushes.
there's some new blood between the pipes for the Panthers. All right, and it's Katy Perry. All right, you're gonna hear him roar. Alex Lyon.
Katy Perry.
Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, dude. You know,
Oh.
you don't remember her song "Roar"? That's what that's
Minus
what, that's
one.
the Panthers got right now. Roaring between the pipes.
Minus one
Roar.
for Sass.
Please continue
Please.
singing that.
Why? You guys don't like Alex Lyon? You were so happy Bob was is somebody switching out for Bob.
Yeah.
Now Alex Lyon is here, dude.
Oh, 3-goal line.
Well, he gave up 3 goals, but that's still 29 saves. Not a bad night. Not a bad night between the pipes.
Who cares about the saves? I only care about the goals against.
That's silly.
You have saved. You get as many saves as you get.
That's silly.
Why?
Because if you face 40 shots and you only give up 3 goals, you're still mad. Oh, you give up 3 goals.
If you only score 2, it matters.
That seems silly for a guy who was so high on the Dolphins defense for giving up as many points as they did, but having big moments. Now who's being hypocritical? Hypocrite.
I'm not being hypocritical.
You are being hypocritical.
Football's
Pride
different.
cometh before the fall, dude.
I got some pride coming over to you in a minute.
You want to know?
Keep it up.
You want to know who else has a pride? A lion. Alex Lyon.
That was almost like the Panther crowd, bro.
Panthers,
If
Lions.
they were sleeping.
You need a tissue?
Couple of big cats, dude.
You need a tissue? Like you backed up?
Although I did see Spencer Knight was on rehab, so I think maybe he'll be back soon.
What's wrong with Bob?
Lower body, dude. They don't give you details.
Lower body. His legs are the same size as my
I don't know what to tell you.
arms.
His lower body is hurt. Back tonight, Panthers taking on the New York Rangers, 7:00. All right, puck drop. I'm very unenthused this segment. I gotta say, you've looked at me with disappointment and dismay. Marlon Schaefer, a batting champion, not good enough.
Let me ask you.
Panthers
No,
have
I didn't say he wasn't good enough. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You didn't like Arias, and you didn't like the fact that Alex Lyon came in here.
Here's
and
what I said.
won a game
About the Marlins. I said,
This is cat talk.
I hope
Hmm?
that they are more patient than they've been in the past when they acquire new players.
The one from 10 years ago. I mean, mean what you say what you mean.
You're going out of your way to amuse Vlad today, aren't you?
I love the dynamic. Oh, he's reached his point. Wow, look at that. At halftime, you got to him, Tobin.
Hey, Scooby.
Halftime.
At halftime, you got to him.
Scooby.
Does Scooby look
Like,
active
Scooby,
right
you
now?
know what Scooby's looking at. Is he for real? Yeah, Scooby. He does this every day.
He doesn't even want to look at you.
Yeah.
Scooby look like he's hungry.
He just ate a cookie, so
A cookie.
yeah, like one of those cookies that you
Almost.
almost
Yeah,
eat.
I
Like
thought
that.
it was like one of them Nutter Butters. It's a dog treat on the side. I almost got.
Whoa.
Oh, you can't put snacks around the snacks in the house.
He has a special
eat-
section.
If the Marlins traded for a puppy, Luis Arfrias.
-1.
You're being side-eyed right now.
What? Bark at the park.
Okay.
You don't think there's a big Marlins fan out there who would name his puppy Luis Arfrias?
No.
My next dog's gonna be named Show Pony. Show Pony. Show Pony. What are we doing? So I was excited about hearing the news that they brought in a bat and not just some player.
Needed it.
That they're bringing
Somebody
in
proven.
They're bringing in people. It's unfortunate though.
Hmm?
You know who they had to get rid of?
Pablo. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Pablo had a great run, but they need
You're gonna have to get. It's the same thing
have
with
to.
with the Heat. You got to give up something,
That's right.
depending on who you get.
Yeah, I hate to see Pablo go. As classy as it gets.
Now,
He's really good.
how big is Arraez' contract going to be up soon?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
No.
I said, you know how it works with baseball. You get called up when you're 21, 22, and they got about 7 years of controlling you before
I mean,
you
he's
get the
not
big.
that young. He's not that young, but it's not. But,
No, but I'm just saying.
yeah, but he's got control. And he did get hurt at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Jazz. I'm a little worried about Jazz running around there. Stress fracture in his back. But it is the outfield, right? Like, how hurt could you get?
Have you ever seen an outfield collision?
Dangerous.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hmm?
I almost saw the worst accident ever. Right? I'm driving on 75 coming south, right? Going about 75, 80. I'm behind a Mercedes. This lady gets over to get into the express lane. Then she pulls and gets in the where you're not supposed to cross, and she sits there. And then she jumps in front of the Mercedes.
Wow.
The Mercedes swerves 2 lanes over, and no cars were there to hit him.
Man. Close.
I'm like, and she was on her phone just talking like no big deal.
Well, what do you expect?
I'm like, what What is wrong with people? We should think people driving 75 miles an hour, she can just cruise on in. She was at a full stop and just jumped out in front of this car. Oh my goodness.
Not shocked by it all.
Again, that was your Panthers talk, your cat talk, brought to you by our friends at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers.
Kiwi guava, go to.
Is that the new restock?
Nah, I found some more. They were hiding them in a cooler. Idiots. Think I wouldn't scrounge
they
around.
can't-
I'm like a raccoon.
Wait, you can't
Like a
hide
trash
nothing
panda,
around.
dude.
You can't hide nothing around here when nobody's here.
Yeah,
we
suckers.
don't look.
I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna rummage.
I'm surprised we haven't found a way to get free snacks.
You want to go shake the snack machine? We used to do that.
Hey,
Barry.
let me tell you something. One time I got a
you
little
did.
One time I got a little dangler, and I went full body block on that machine.
You
And
did an Oklahoma drill with
yeah,
it?
like 4 candies fell out. I hit it hard. Boom! It's like here, candy start dropping all over.
Even like you've seen like the growth of vending machines, you know that they weren't confident in their initial security. It went from like little coils to like now having a gate.
What about the thing that like all that?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. Back more for this.
We got
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy taking you up until 2 o'clock here today. J-Fig's not going to part with the tickets, but Leroy will. We got a pair of tickets for you guys to win to see Heat and Pacers at Miami-Dade Arena on Wednesday, February 8th. I will give them away before the end of this segment. The tickets will be away. You guys can, we'll say, I'm going to give it to caller 6. And when I give you the cue to call, that'll be at 305-567-0560. So when I say it's time to call, that's when you call. Heat did lose it. But did you see J-Fig yesterday? FTX is officially wiped away from the arena and is no longer on the hardwood. Nowhere to be found. It is finally out of the Miami Heat's life, FTX Arena.
As they should.
Go ahead again, J-Fig.
As they should. I didn't notice that, actually. I was working last night, so I couldn't really see much, but I'm glad.
Yeah, it is gone. No more FTX Arena, Leroy. It's out of here.
I saw that. It was off the
wiped away.
Wiped away.
Right,
there's a big MD, right? In Miami.
Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade
Arena.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. That is one ugly girl.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Whoa.
Beautiful hair, ugly face.
He looks like he should be like an MMA guy, right?
Leave Sunshine alone, man.
I don't know. Did you see, speaking of hair, did you see Jimmy Butler's man bun yesterday?
Just out of the
I
blue.
did.
Solana
has to be
something
happy.
to do with it.
You think Solana's going to come in today back with the return of the man bun?
Yeah, he probably has it saved.
Probably like, yeah, Jimmy Butler brings it back. I can bring it back.
Yeah.
I like what Jimmy's doing with his hair. He's just messing around with it this year.
But did you see the pre bun? I thought I sent it to you guys. Here you go.
I don't recall.
Sending it.
I don't recall getting that, Jennifer.
Sending. It's very stylish.
It was a good look. He's trying some stuff this year. He's experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him. But the Heat win yesterday. They beat the Pelicans 100-96. We'll get more into it coming up in 15 minutes of Heat with all of that. But did you see what the hell's going on with this Shannon Sharpe and the Grizzlies?
So I guess he got into it with
Dylan Brooks.
And then some kind of way T. Morant got involved.
Here's what happened. You all know Shannon loves LeBron.
He loves him.
Okay, LeBron's biggest stan. And Dylan Brooks, one of the better defenders in the league, and kind of an irritant, was guarding LeBron and was
Dylan Brooks is a pest, and he likes all the Grizzlies really like to talk. The Grizzlies do not shut up.
They talk a lot of trash for a team that hasn't really accomplished much yet. So he was talking to him, and then I think LeBron scored on Dylan, and Shannon made a comment, "You're too small."
Yeah, you can't guard LeBron.
You can't guard LeBron. You're too small. You're SMO. And Dylan Brooks went back at him, probably said some things to Shannon. And Shannon's an old man from the South. There's certain words you shouldn't be calling a man from the South that he's not gonna accept. And I think that's what happened.
It definitely was clear that John Morant and him said, "Sit your ass down."
No. Well, they did, but what happened was Dylan's leaving. So they're going to the break, and he's talking trash to Shannon. Shannon said, if you're talking trash, don't talk trash while you're walking away. Come tell it to my face.
Right.
And that's when everybody started walking towards Shannon and everything.
Steven Adams walking
Steven
towards
Adams,
him.
who I've been told is the strongest man in the NBA, and it's not one of the baddest badasses.
His look is strong,
right? But
his look looked like it could lift 300.
So he's gonna always go and protect his team,
especially when he's gonna call you mate at the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can't call me mate after you're about to punk.
We gonna problem him, mate.
And then Ja's dad is always gonna be.
He's
there.
a yapper.
He's a yapper.
Right. T. Morant is known to get into it.
So because then afterwards, after the melee, or not the melee, after the spat, they apologized, and then they talked to T Morant. And he said that Shannon didn't do anything. He's from South Carolina. We were just doing South Carolina things. And then when they got to the locker room, the players, after a loss, because that was a bad loss they had. They had a good lead with like 2 minutes. And they blew it. So then they were making some
Dylan Brooks called him a pedestrian.
Yeah.
And then referred to him as a blogger.
Right. So,
but it is interesting, what kind of cachet does Shannon Sharpe hold in that? Because he is a huge Lakers guy and a huge LeBron fan. fan. LeBron calls him Hunk, so they're close. Always supports him.
Why Jimmy look like a flock of seagulls?
I don't know, dude. Stay on point. But he's also, he's a paying customer, right? I assume he's there. He's just watching the game. Like, are you supposed to be able to go at it with players like that, or does he get a pass because he's an NFL legend?
He gets a pass.
Well,
and a star.
Wait.
Wait.
So if he wasn't, it would have been okay?
Wait. Time out.
If he wasn't, I think that he probably is not getting back in that game.
No, if he wasn't, he's getting kicked out.
Okay. Because there weren't really. It was just trash.
They took him away though.
Right.
He had to go into the tunnel, and then he was had to talk to security and all that type of stuff. And then he did an interview with ESPN in the middle of it.
They don't want no
and
smoke.
then he came back.
Yeah, they don't want no smoke. That's what he said. They doing all that that talking, and then they don't do anything.
But that's the other thing is that you gotta be careful with not that you talk trash, but you gotta know when somebody's getting the better of you, and then don't go personal. Because a lot of guys, when they start losing the trash talking game, they go personal.
I think that's why Dylan Brooks went.
Right.
Sometimes,
and so that's the thing you got to be careful with, because you can't look.
You got to handle.
You can laugh, like you can talk trash, and then the other person got, and they laugh, and everybody laughing. It's over.
I think it makes me not believe in the Grizzlies, to be honest with you.
I knew Tobin could find a way to go back.
I think it does. You got to handle that stuff, and you got to go shut him up yourself. And for example, you want to remember what D Wade did to Purple Shirt Guy? He made him cease to exist from this earth. Never heard from him again after what D Wade did to Purple Shirt Guy.
But what if that was Magic?
Doesn't matter. He would have taken care of business.
No, it would have been
slayed him.
Different.
He would have slayed him. How many times did D Wade slay the Knicks? And Spike Lee had nothing to say. He just sat there with that dopey look on his face.
Look, that's what you're supposed to do.
Reggie and Spike. Let's think about it. That made the whole rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But they never went personal. Like nobody wanted to fight. They just didn't.
I think it's
like you didn't like each other because it was Indiana and the Knicks.
That was it.
But that was it.
And then after the series was over, they were cool.
But when you go personal because you lost a small battle, that's when it gets heated.
Makes me not believe in him.
And that's what happened with Dylan Brooks. I'm more than sure. You can look, whenever you get into trash talk, you can always say something that's gonna get that person going. You know the key words.
If there's gonna be a Lakers and Grizzlies matchup, they're gonna have Shannon Sharp there now for every game.
Oh, they already announced March 4th is the next time Memphis.
They're going to have him there for every game. Did they talk about it today on the show? I don't feel like I saw that come up.
He apologized.
He apologized?
Yes.
Why?
Because he said a man in his stature, in his status right now, he can't be involved in a situation like that.
Yes, he can. I mean, if you're a Lakers fan,
here's where you.
I mean, like, I guess maybe escalating it is probably.
That's basically what he was saying, because he was like, it became more about the Memphis Grizzlies and Shannon Sharp, confrontation than the game, the actual game where the Lakers won. And
let me tell you what old Tobes would do. Let me tell you. I'm gonna put old Tobes in the Shannon Sharp position, and he would come back on Monday and say, "Leroy got him. They had a big lead.
That's right.
I'm rent free. They couldn't close it out. I got him.
Yeah. It's like when I shook Greg Popovich out of his shoes.
Come on, man.
Yep.
What are we doing?
This guy eviscerates reporters left and right. Who got him to admit that he was wrong?
What did you do?
Because he was like, Bam Adebayo, like he cut him from the U.S. team.
Okay.
And Bam then, ended up having his first All-Star season. And I was like, yo, Pop, what's up with that move? And this old curmudgeon was like, better than he was last year. Made him look a fool because he took a Plumlee brother.
Hey, listen to his apology. That is how you answer for your crimes. Not the flippity floppity wishy washy way
I haven't
that
heard the apology. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Let me see.
There we go.
What did he say?
Hard to say.
Wait, Pop.
Easy, but I would say easier to answer for your crimes if the Lakers won. Like you have the upper hand in this.
Okay.
This is part of his apology. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to apologize to a few people. First of all, I want to apologize to the Lakers organization, to Jeannie Buss and the Buss family. I apologize for any harm or unwanted attention that I brought to your organization. I want to apologize to the fans that were in attendance and the fans that watch on television. because that's not what you paid for and that's not what you tuned in to watch. Shannon Sharpe should have been mentioned as someone that was at the game, not someone who let his emotions run hot and get out of hand during the game. He also wanted to apologize to the Memphis Grizzlies organization and fans. I am sorry. More specifically, I want to apologize to Dylan Brooks. He is a fierce competitor, and seeing him up close, I get a sense of why he is what he. I get a sense of why he is what he is, and why he's wired the way that he is wired. Bro, I apologize. I wish you the best of luck the rest of the season and continued success. Ja, it was a privilege and honor to watch you up close and personal. Skip and I have talked about you a lot of times, but to see what you do, I want to apologize to you. So and he also apologized to LeBron because you all know how I feel about him, and he supported me through thick and
LeBron
thin.
liked it.
Yeah, he liked it, and he said, "Yeah, bro, I'm sorry I put you in this situation and you had to support me in something like this." And then he obviously apologized to his family and friends and the people at Fox.
I mean, a better apology than Skip Bayless had.
Yeah, well, he's a man, and he said for 6.5 years.
It's something to be a stand-up dude.
Yeah,
accountability. A stand-up dude and being accountable.
Though, again, it is easier to answer for your crimes when you're on the winning side.
No, he would apologize. I think he would apologize. He would apologize regardless.
That didn't have nothing to do with winning.
That definitely did. If the Lakers would have lost,
who was last week just starting to Ben Roethlisberger?
Are you really answering Colin Cowherd's trivia question in the middle?
Oh, it's never happened. Never happened. Remember, Ben lost to Brady.
Oh, never happened.
It's never happened.
Wow. Huh. Got me stumped.
-1.
I thought Ben Roethlisberger, that was his first year.
1 -1.
Listen.
-1.
You have some nerve.
Really? Really? I have nerve?
You have some nerve.
I have nerve.
Yes.
You're answering Colin Cowherd's trivia question in the middle of our show when we're having a discussion about
what I would
Shannon
say? Say something more interesting. I'll pay attention to you.
You're more interested in a rookie QB and when they started in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That tickles your fancy more than Shannon Sharpe's fake apology?
You think that was a fake apology?
Now you're saying it's a fake apology?
Yeah, you calling him? Nah, come on. Now
you should know. You're the one that makes them all the time.
First of all, you got to know Shannon Sharpe.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's accountable.
Easier to be more accountable when you win.
When did
he
win?
Lakers won. He's a Lakers fan.
He's a LeBron fan.
Okay, so what? Who does he play for?
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me, look at me, with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a straight face.
No, it's not. That's why we can't do this. But I'm reading the toes right now.
Go ahead.
If Memphis would have won, he wouldn't apologize.
Not like that.
A random basketball game in
if
January?
Your team wins and LeBron backs you, it's easier to be fully accountable than it is if they would have lost and LeBron would have been embarrassed. It's easier because then you go into defense mode. He doesn't really have to defend anything.
The whole situation was an embarrassment, and
I liked it.
I like it too.
There's a time and place for everything, though.
It wasn't.
We need more celebrity fans. Remember when Freezy and Flo Rida got kicked out of the Heat Spurs game?
It wasn't a matter. It wasn't a matter of it being embarrassing for anybody, because here's what's funny about that. If that was just some random fan, we wouldn't be reacting. Like
but it's not. But that's a random fan wouldn't be allowed to come back to his seats. First of all, and another if that was a random fan who did what he did, he probably is going to get banned for a while.
What did Shannon Sharpe do?
He's jawing at the entire Memphis Grizzlies team. They're coming over to him,
but they're joining at him first.
They're joining at him.
But dude,
it was a back and forth.
And why is he apologizing?
Because it escalated.
Because he didn't want it to be about him.
But it was.
This guy, dude. Can I just tell you?
I find it strange that you're sitting here.
You know what? You're a kaleidoscope of hot takes,
dude. I find it funny.
Every which way I look in there is a different angle, a different glare. And you're just
I find it weird that hold on.
You take a different side.
No.
Every time we have the same conversation, you take a different side.
Because here's the thing, dude. You're more worried about corralling me than you are staying true to your takes. are you proud of Shannon Sharp's apology, or does
I
he have
believe
nothing to
it.
apologize for?
I believe it. I believe his apology.
then-
I believe it was sincere.
So then why are you saying he has nothing to apologize for?
Even though I feel as if he doesn't have anything to apologize for. It happens.
So you agree with me?
What
The
do you
fact
mean?
that you don't that makes it
No.
easier to apologize because you're in the right.
No. I mean,
Wait a
I
minute. Time
think-
out. You didn't
here-
say that. You
no,
didn't
no,
say
no.
that.
That
No.
is what I
No,
said.
no, 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 no,
That
no.
is what I said,
No, no,
dude.
no, no.
That's what I
you
said.
said it's easier to
Oh my-
apologize
when you
when your
win.
team won. You never said it's easier
your
to
team-
apologize
if
when
you-
you're right.
If your team wins, that
That-
makes you right.
No. See? Hey, I'm
What?
looking through and I see some pretty blues and purples. Hold on, let me turn. Now I see silver. Like, you are a kaleidoscope of hot takes. Whichever angle the sun is lighting up through there is a different take. Are you with a straight face you do this?
Yeah.
That's not a
How did you
straight
just do that, bro?
That's not a straight
I
face.
can't believe
I just
it.
think it's weird.
Wait,
You guys,
can I just say
you
this?
guys can't even come up with your
Wait,
own opinion on
wait,
Shannon Sharp
Wait,
because you're too worried about me.
wait. At least let it 5 minutes before you change your take.
I didn't change my
Let-
take.
You did.
You're
You
the one.
said, originally you said you don't have to apologize if you win.
I didn't say
And
that. I said it's easier to apologize after
Easy
you win.
And then you said,
It's also easier to apologize if you're in the right. But because you won, feels more like you're in the right, does it not?
no.
It kind of does, though.
See? So,
All right,
so
you know what?
petty.
Sorry I gotta take it here. But I'm gonna take it here. So you said it's easier to apologize.
Yep.
When you're in the right,
Yep.
or when you win.
Mhm.
So it's easy for OJ to apologize the first time because he won. He won his case.
I mean, he never apologized, though. He wrote a book about if.
I don't know if I would have went there, Vlad.
But I'm
But-
just going there. You could win, and you could win, but you're not right.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
is
you could
murder
win
winning?
if you get off.
I mean, but then he did lose that case. He can't make any money now.
But he didn't win. He didn't lose that case. But what you're saying is, if you win,
Mm-hmm.
you're right.
Yeah.
But you could be wrong and still win.
But Juice never apologized.
But I'm just saying, can you be wrong? Can you be wrong and still win?
I just said it makes it easier to apologize, though. Nice try, though.
That doesn't make it easy.
Tip of the
to
cap for
apologize.
trying.
First of all, you got to be careful with Tobin right now because
He's
he's
such
got
a samurai.
17 Celsius in front of him. And then K Nunn traded for Ryu Hachimura.
Rui Hachimura?
Yeah,
Rui Hachimura to the Lakers?
yeah,
That's a nice move.
it is. Give him a little size
Little size.
and a little shooting. I don't know how good of a shooter he is, but
Take a break. I'm sure that's not the guy they wanted, though. They probably wanted Kuzma back. Kuzma.
there's no way LeBron would take Kuzma back.
Why?
Yeah, he would.
Why? He would?
Oh,
You think he would?
oh yeah.
Yeah, he would.
I say I don't think he would just because you want to talk about answering for your crimes.
Sorry, I traded you for Russ.
I mean, him trading for Kuzma would be like him coming back to the Heat. Like sometimes your actions speak of your thoughts on certain issues.
Wow, we murdered the clock here, huh?
That's your fault.
Oh no, you murdered it.
Well, I apologize.
Wow.
At least you're right.
Back after this.
Break
QAM. Take you up till 2 o'clock here. Call us right now, 305-567-0560. Caller 6 gets a pair of tickets to Heat and Pacers. Caller 6 gets a pair of tickets to Heat and Pacers coming up on February 8th. Our caller line is 305-567-0560. If you're caller number 6, you got a pair of tickets to Heat and Pacers. If you guys are just tuning in, the Wizards have traded Rui Hachimura to the Lakers for Kendrick Nunn. So there you go. K Nunn on the move. All right. What was that look that you're giving me? I don't understand.
Yeah, that was a pregnant pause there.
I'm reading up on Ed Reed and Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
wow. We don't have tons of. I want to get into that. Can we get into that next hour though? Because
we can.
Because we don't have much time.
We can.
Because I definitely want to get into that.
Because my son went to school there.
I do know. He was in the band.
And you know what he said? His first words? I'm glad somebody said something. But remember, I told you.
You did tell me.
Right. And I don't understand why everybody's so shocked. You know what I'm saying? That somebody went there and tried to hold them accountable.
Guys says, this is Tobonomics. I don't like that you made that a thing, dude. At its best, Vlad and Leroy fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
I know. I tried to save Vlad. That's why I just get quiet. I see it. I'm telling you.
Sorry, man. It's just,
I know. I
feel how I feel.
I just wanted the explanation.
No, you didn't.
No, I needed to know how can somebody that Shannon is right. Shannon, you can apologize when your team wins. When your team wins,
it's not. See, this is what I get with you guys because you're twisting my words. What I said was it's easier to apologize. I didn't say you only apologize.
Okay,
it's easier to apologize or sound sincere when you have in your back pocket. I won. It's like Winston Churchill said, dude. All right. History is written by the victors. That's what Winston Churchill said.
So let me just give you guys, just like with so many other things this guy does. We sit there enjoying the Celsius, looking at the TV or whatever, and I'm questioning him about, him saying two different things in 3 minutes. And that's what he says to me. History is written by the victors.
Yep.
It's like he has a whole bunch of hot takes floating around in his head, and he just picks one. What is wrong with you?
But that was said by Winston Churchill.
Dude.
And you can't spell Winston Churchill without win.
Vlad, -1. It don't even matter. -1.
Why? That's not fair.
1 -1.
Problem?
You say it again. You can't say.
You can't spell Winston Churchill without win.
Oh boy.
Yep.
-1.
You never heard to the victor goes the spoils?
Explain that one to me.
Whoever is victorious gets the riches. Just like Viking days, dude.
No, that's not what the saying says.
That's what it means.
Wait,
that's what
say the saying again.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Okay. Explain that.
Whoever wins gets the riches. Spoils.
Oh, spoils is good.
Yeah, spoils is good in this case. Right?
Can I just say, after a 10-minute conversation with you, I'm dumber. I'm dumber.
All right, we'll get into this.
I'm sitting here. I just had a conversation with him. We'll
get into this.
Milk, please.
We'll get
I
into this.
just want a cold beverage. What?
We'll get to this Ed Reed, Bethune-Cookman situation coming on up. We'll also get you caught up with your headlines as well. Back after this.
and Odyssey station.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Final hour of the show. If you missed any of Tobin and Leroy, you'll be able to get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms, including the Odyssey app, where we are streaming live in your ears, AUDACY. You guys can text at 305-567 on the Kendall Toyota text line, 305-567-0560. And we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM is the channel if you guys want to watch the show. And already got some clips up there if you guys just want the clip version. That's like our video version of the podcast in itself. So go check that out, everybody. Available for you guys to subscribe and get notified every time we go live or put up new content. Check that on out. Before we get to the headlines, Leroy, how about a weather update from the Demesman and Dover law firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
It's a little more cloudier now because we got that front coming through.
A plane.
Yep. Wind has picked up. It looks like it might be blowing at 10 to 15 right now. See them palm trees out there, Tobin. They're doing the lean.
Sway.
Yeah.
Little sway.
And it's probably like 82, 83 degrees, but it's gonna be warm for the next couple of days. Then we're gonna get another one of those chills again that we got was it last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We got another one
very
coming.
Brisk.
Got another one coming. So get ready. But it's going to warm up today. It's going to be pretty warm today and tomorrow.
All right. So Leo and I have been talking a lot about this during the breaks, but I wanted to get into this. So Ed Reed, Hurricanes legend, was the chief of staff. The chief. What? He was.
Okay.
So in our headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Ed Reed is right now no longer the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. Not that he ever technically contractually was, but apparently, if we talked about this a little bit last week, where he called out the administration for just the conditions at the school being awful,
right?
And then issued an apology, but then had another speech come out basically saying, because I think he wanted to still be the head coach and see if that was going to come through. And then he came out this week and said, I didn't withdraw my name. They, reneged on their contract.
The truth hurts. And here's what I say about
this
that.
This is exposing a lot. And he is the support of Deion Sanders, who recently left Jackson State for Colorado, which Deion took a lot of flack for. But Ed Reed is now, this is all kind of playing out in real time, where Ed Reed wanted to go to a historically black college and lend his services to the program and try and do things, but call them out for their conditions and the resources that they have and try and change some things. And doesn't seem like people want to change things over there.
No. One thing you need to understand about what Deion did in Jackson State is he used a lot of his own money. Right? So what he was getting paid was irrelevant. And so when people say Deion's using it as a stepping stone to go somewhere big, take a pause, because ain't nobody else working for free.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that's what Deion did. And he got an opportunity to go get paid to do his work. So he did. Now, the thing with Ed Reed, the one thing you have to know about Ed Reed is this. For those who don't know, dude holds you accountable. Teammates, organizations, everybody. And he's one of those guys that believes in this. Clean up after yourself. Right? Everybody that knows him says that.
Yep.
And so when he got to Bethune and saw how they take care of their stuff, he said something about it. And you may not like the way he said it, but I'm going to tell you like this. If you say certain things and use a mellow tone of voice without using any points of emphasis, people will blow by you like you didn't say anything. And we all know this. But then when somebody raises their voice and get emotional about something they feel strongly about, you want to say calm down because you want to ignore it. Well, guess what? Those problems at Bethune-Cookman ain't going away because you didn't let Ed Reed speak about them. Okay? And the only person that you're going to get to replace Ed Reed is going to be somebody that lets you do what you want to do and treat the conditions like you want to treat them and use the resources like you want to. If you want these young men to be better, if you want these young men to be responsible, you need somebody in there that's going to hold them accountable. But here's the problem, okay? You want everybody to come in and hold these young men accountable, but your ass ain't accountable. And so now you want to look at Ed Reed as if he has a problem?
Like he stepped out of line.
Like he stepped in the line? No, he exposed you. And now, today, the kids are protesting at the school because of the conditions of the school. There's pictures of mold all over the school because they're not taking care of their facilities. And you want to get on Ed Reed? At some point, you got to answer for this. This is your school. I was saying when my son went there.
Yep.
He was in the band. And we're not going to even talk about how they treat money there. But he was going to live, he wanted to live in a certain building. And he said, hey, he said, I wanted to live in this building. It's close to everything. I said, well, why don't you just sign up for that? He said, because it's in foreclosure. Now, if you know anything about a university, here's what universities do. They buy everything, right? They have endowments. They raise money. They own all their buildings. So how you going to tell somebody they ain't doing right by the students and they ain't doing right by the school and you ain't even taking care of what you need to take care of? Look, I understand the circumstances and the issues that minority universities have. I do. But the way around that is to hold everybody accountable.
Sure.
To hold everybody responsible.
Because you have
for
these
that
kids
situation.
going, you have these kids going and taking ass kickings every single year for millions of
so
bucks.
You can get the money and then do whatever you want with
right.
it. But so let's put this. Let's think about this. What's worse? A team going to the college playoff and the students not being able to take advantage of the resources and get a little some of that. So now we have NIL, right?
Yep.
Or a university sending an undermanned, undersized team to a major university to get their ass kicked by 70 points and then take the $600,000 or $700,000 check and don't even use it on the athletic program. What's worse? So all you people from Bethune, don't get mad at Ed Reed. Go to Bethune and hold them accountable. Because those are the ones that need to be held accountable. You see Bethune come here every year to get their butts beat by Miami. They take that check back to Bethune, and he can't even get a clean office. They can't even get the resources to be able to play the sport that they're playing and taking that beating. Nah, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. I've been there. I seen it with my own eyes. So all you people out there talking trash about the resources and stuff like that, I say, I tell you what, you give me that $600,000 that these students went out there and got their butts beat for, and I bet you I could make a better athletic program. I bet you I could give them some resources where they at least have some facilities to do some work. I bet you there won't be no mold in the building. But no, we're going to hold that Reed account.
Well, this is the thing that's tough. And that obviously is, I think, unfortunate because, like, you have Ed Reed trying to go and get back because they're saying, like, oh, well, let's change the system. Let's try and get some things going for historically black colleges and Dion trying to do that. And so you have these situations where they have their own money reaching into their own pockets to try and get things going. He's had the support of Deion Sanders, by the way. Deion came out after he was just in a situation at Jackson. Deion's, giving him a lot of love on social media for it because he's saying a lot of the things that were thrown at Deion in Deion's face when he left for Colorado. That,
Right.
I thought you were here to change the system. I thought you were here to do some things.
Right.
And, it doesn't feel like they want it changed.
They don't want it changed because in order to have change, right, you have to be held accountable, right? You have to say, hey, you come in here, tell us what you need, and we're going to do what we need to do to turn this around together. But no, here's what people do. You know what the problem is, but if somebody calls you out on it, right? Ed Reed came there and hold them accountable. Grown-ass people being held accountable by another grown-ass man don't fly. And so instead, they attack his methods. But they ain't attacking what he's saying, right? Ain't nobody ever said that what Ed Reed is saying ain't true.
Nope.
Never. Why he got to come here with all that cussing? And why he got to come here so loud? And why but they ain't never attacked what he was saying. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right? It's embarrassing for a man to come in, right? Think of what he wants to do for these young men. And when Ed Reed says he cares about these young men, let me tell you something. His credibility is real.
Of course.
Bethune's is not. So more people are going to be inclined, I don't care what you say, to believe what Ed Reed is saying because that dude's real.
Of course. So,
yeah. Who else is going to take that job? Who else is going to take that job? You want a job? The first thing you got to do is go over there and clean your office? No. Come on. They get what they get.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. 15 minutes of heat. That's next.
This is 15 minutes of your Miami Heat.
Broward Health, celebrating 85 years of service to our community. Then, now, forever. Broward Health.
For real. Vlad. Tobin doesn't care about us, man. He does not care about us.
What's going on? I'm glad your camera's working.
Really? That's it. Say, hello, human kaleidoscope.
Welcome back, everybody. 15 minutes of Heat for you here on 560 WQAM. Heat, they win yesterday.
It was
196.
By the way, is that one of those games you watch and you go, thank God there's other sports on? It was so like, oh,
it was
brutal.
It was a
They
brutal
went a
watch,
stretch.
dude.
They went a stretch where I think they kept checking the basketball because there was so many bricks being thrown.
I was wondering
if something was wrong with the ball.
I was wondering if there was butter on the basketball because everybody was just throwing it all over the place. Heat and Pelicans.
Oh my goodness.
It was such a poorly played basketball game, but they won.
They won.
They won.
Sometimes you got to win them ugly.
Sometimes you got to win them ugly. Sometimes you just got to check them off and move on. And the Heat,
Is that a South Beach game? Do you feel
possible. Can't rule it out.
Yeah.
That might have been that's a 3:30 Sunday
Let me see if
afternoon.
the Pelicans played the day before or if they had time. I'm not sure.
I think they had time. I don't think they would have had them play Saturday for a quick Sunday afternoon game.
Think everybody, Zion takes everybody out for a meal.
I think they hit prime.
Let's see. Pels did not play the day before. Let's see how many days.
Friday in Orlando. That's usually what they do. That's the
Friday
move.
in Orlando. Nailed it.
Here's the two trips. You either come down to Miami and then go to Orlando and then back to back.
Yep.
Or you play in Orlando, you get a day off and then play.
That's what you want.
You're treated like a band. It's either the tour's starting down here or it's ending down here.
Or the Atlanta Miami back.
Right.
That's the one you want.
Well, they did win yesterday. Pelicans have been struggling certainly with their injuries. It's catching up to them finally, but man, I mean the Heat. It really did feel like they escaped yesterday.
Yeah.
They got off to just a terrible start in this game, and
I don't think they really took the lead until like 30 seconds left. Like it was brutal. I'm like, they're gonna lose this game, and it's not because of anything other than they can't make a shot.
Can't shoot, can't take care of the basketball. Then Kyle Lowry had a resurgence out of nowhere in the fourth quarter.
I don't want to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
But isn't it pretty ironic that the Herd has Mark Sanchez on to break down film and break it down in a way that he could never break it down when he played?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Butt fumble.
Why are we taking shots?
It should just be.
We're not taking shots.
Instead of
but
Fox
I'm just
Sports
saying
NFL
he's
analyst,
taking shots at Dak. And I'm like,
we assume he is.
You're assuming he's taking shots.
Mark Sanchez, it should say Mark Sanchez is at a Fox Sports analyst. It should say fumbled into an ass.
no, ass caused the fumble.
No. He fumbled into an ass.
No, but remember he ran into the ass and fumbled.
Right. I mean,
Right.
Both bad.
Both bad.
Either direction we want to go into.
you don't want to.
I mean, and you know what? There is nobody that's going to be able to outdo butt fumble, right? Like we thought.
Somebody outdid butt fumble.
If the Dolphins would have lost that game, they did have ass punt.
Time out.
Oh yeah, ass punt.
No.
We had
They
ass,
won.
we had butt punt.
Yeah, but you won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The collateral lateral is worse than the butt fumble.
The collateral lateral.
Which one?
The Patriots.
Oh,
Oh, the Miami one?
no,
the
but
Vegas.
Oh, the Vegas.
The
That is a great
collateral
one.
lateral.
That I don't know what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that was. Jacoby Myers, was that who did that?
Jacoby
Yeah.
Myers.
Just
Yeah.
threw that in. And that's the last time we saw somebody run over like Zeke last night, was when Mac Jones got run over.
Hey, you want to hear something?
Yeah.
You know that cost them the chance of making the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah.
They
It
win
did.
that game because they go into overtime. They win if they have a chance to win the Raiders. They finish 9-8.
Yeah.
And then they
Right.
beat the Dolphins, so they would have not needed that win over the Patriots in the week 17. I mean week 18.
Wow.
Yeah, collateral lateral.
I mean, it was brutal. It was really brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but that's, I mean, even Orlovsky got a pass.
Did he?
Yeah, somebody else did it.
Well, it's still a
Well,
lot.
yeah, he ran out of the
There's
the end zone.
There's nothing like being the first.
He
Because who joined him this year? Was it Garoppolo? Who did it too?
Garoppolo did it on Sunday night.
Yeah, because he said it out. He tweeted out freedom. I'm like, it's still the Orlovsky.
Like, you had to know you did something wrong when everybody
Orlovsky's
stopped. When everybody stopped.
I think a lot of people like Orlovsky too. I think people like the like they think he does a good job, and I think he does a good job too on TV. But he's still the Orlovsky.
You know what he does? You know what he does that I like? He still keeps things in perspective, right? As far as he played the game, so he understands it, but he don't go at folks. There's certain players that go at folks like they were Hall of Famers in their career.
Guy says, Dale Dolphin says 50 minutes of how Kyle Lowry's had 2 good games all year. He had a good fourth quarter. He came out of I was stunned to see it. He summoned his powers.
Why here? This team is not going to win or lose based on how Kyle Lowry plays.
Well, it's certainly not going to win as far as it's.
But what do you here? Let me ask you a question. What would you like to see moving forward out of Kyle Lowry?
I would say if you're the quarterback of the team, they call him QB1.
Yeah.
It really feels like he's just fine just handing the ball off and just letting them go do things. He never has a sense of, oh, I got an advantage here. I should take over.
But you do understand.
Yesterday he
did. If he takes more shots, then somebody else is going to take fewer shots.
About a game where nobody's making shots, dude.
And he did.
I know, but we haven't seen that all year. Been a month since he scored 15. That's all.
All right.
And I
just don't like. I don't like. We're going to the fourth option in scoring and getting on him.
Yeah.
Fourth option.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He was supposed to be the final piece that came here. Yeah. Ready for Jimmy's boy. Yeah. He's a bears some responsibility.
Okay.
Even Bam yesterday saying, well, we know Kalo can do that every now and then. It's like every now and then. This guy's a multiple-time All-Star. This guy's a champion. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to bring the intangibles.
And so let me ask you a question. When you say be a leader, you're basing this on points scored.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Dude, but I'm saying, Leroy, scoring 4 points. I'm not saying go out there. I don't need Kyle Lowry to score me 25. It's like
that's what you sound like.
No, don't be silly.
No, don't be silly. Wait a minute.
Grow up. That's not what I'm saying.
Says the guy who just said to me.
Wow.
I'm not asking him to go out there and
to the victors goes to spoil. That's you said.
That's a saying.
And what's the Churchill say?
He said that history is written by the victor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and this guy, the guy who just said this to me.
Yep.
Has just said to me, grow up.
That's right. You're being Peter Pan right now.
What is wrong with you? No, I don't understand that on this team, your go-to guy with complaints has always been Kyle Lowry. He doesn't shoot enough. He doesn't do this enough. He doesn't do well. If he does it more, the other guys are going to get it less. You only get so many. What if Kyle Lowry goes in the game and goes, these 3 guys are better scorers than me. I'm going to make sure they get the ball in their spots. How would you feel about that? If that was his thinking.
This is what I feel like he does, though. Like Kyle Lowry's one move has not been setting anybody up. It's usually get the rebound, throw it down the court, and we'll see what happens. Like he feels like he's going to that point guard like willy-nilly. It's not like he's setting up these beautiful gems for everybody.
Like one time, dude.
That's all he does. He did this to Jimmy yesterday on the inbounds. He's like, you're supposed to be QB1. They needed 3 snaps for him and his Hail Mary play to be thrown to Jimmy, who has to reach for it, gets tangled up for a jump ball. I'm like, if you're the cerebral assassin, if you're the point guard, like you need 3 tries to get the ball in?
Wait. What did you just call him?
Cerebral assassin.
Who
That's
calls
what they
him?
called Triple H
What
back
is
in the
he?
day.
Triple H?
That's what yeah.
What is he? The game?
That's what he is, dude. He's supposed to be Triple H. Head of creative.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Paul Levesque would
Did
be
anybody-
so upset
did-
right now.
Hey, did you feel as uncomfortable as me watching Patrick Mahomes limp around?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's gonna get killed this weekend.
Hey, you know what? Watch them win now.
Hey, can I, Vlad? High ankle sprain is worse than a break.
I do. I know that.
It's because it could be a week or it could be a month and a half. You have no idea.
Mahomes got goofy powers. I think it's gonna be a week.
You think he's just gonna pop back, huh?
He better
No,
go,
I don't think-
he better go get one of them bath bombs and the jazz
Nah, you know
bath.
what? He needs to
Both of them.
He needs to go to Germany real quick and go to the Kobe doctor.
Just get that blood spun.
Get that blood spun, baby.
Imagine Henny. What if Henny just leads them to the promised land and Henny then wins the Super Bowl?
I know this. If
Call
I'm-
him Jeff Hosteller 2.0.
No, call him what's his name? Foles 0.2. Foles, yeah, Foles
Is
2.0.
Foles still playing football?
Yeah, he played for Indy and got
Yeah,
killed.
Remember that? He got snow angeled.
Yeah, Thibodeau killed him.
I didn't feel good about what I was seeing, but I was laughing. Right? I'm like, dude is ordering the check. And right next to him, he's doing snow. And I looked at him. He looked over at him and then did 5 more.
X writes in, why wouldn't the Heat go after Rui Hachimura? And the Lakers got him for none in second rounders? We could have used that kid. I don't know, dude.
Because here, no, we have that guy. Caleb Martin. Bam. We have that guy. Right? The guy you don't have is just even the big guy that only does rebounding, but you can count on 15 rebounds. That guy. The big, the deterrent in the paint, so that you can allow Bam and Jimmy and all. Because guess what? Think about this. Let's think into the future here. Who's the number 1 team in the East?
Boston.
Okay. If you had a big in the paint and you took and put Bam on Tatum or Jimmy on Tatum and somebody on Jaylen Brown, right? And you had that hindrance in the middle. How much better does that make you? Instead of having to put Bam in the middle and then hope that others can defend, and Tyler and Struz and those guys, when you know ain't no way in hell they guarding Tatum.
Yeah, but I think that it's going to be interesting this year, with a healthy Vic. That does help some things.
That does help some things.
That does help some things.
That
We'll see
does
tomorrow
help
night.
some things. But the thing that sucks is, hey, Al Horford doesn't even come visit the paint anymore.
No. He's like Brook Lopez. He camps out there.
Right. And is there 2 guys that shoot the 3 more disgustingly and make them?
No.
I mean,
Although Shea Gilgeous has a really ugly shot.
Yeah, but he could score.
Yeah, he can score. He's good.
I mean,
That guy is good. I think he. Yeah.
who's
Stop, Tobin. Don't start thinking about can we get Shea. Stop.
No.
Stop. Control yourself.
That's what he does, man. That's what he does.
That man went from Luka to Shea in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Gotta keep
you
options
know, you
open.
know Luka?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Anybody else?
There's always another matchup.
Can we get a 7-footer? What do you feels on that? I just want a rebounder.
I don't think. I don't think there's going to be a 7-footer out there. Unless like Kelly
Miles Turner.
Unless like Kelly Olynyk tickles your fancy.
What?
Yep.
No.
Again?
No. So the Miles Turner experiment's over.
It's not over. I just don't know what.
John Collins.
Maybe.
Well, though John Collins,
Collins
is
isn't
yeah.
He's not 7 foot.
Was he close?
No, he's the same size as Bam.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, dude. What do you think he is? Kareem?
No, he's taller than Bam.
By what, a half inch?
2 inches. Feel free to Google check. I
will.
know you're gonna do it anyway.
6'8".
No, he's not.
I made that up. 6'9", though.
See, I told you. See why you can't believe him? You like, come on.
We'll take a break. All right, oh no, to close things out after this. With you on 560 WQAM.
Your new nickname?
Yeah.
So let me set this up. So I'm walking around the building and I see Tobin, in the where the
promotions wing.
wing,
J-Fig
the little
knows.
hole.
The promotions.
And he's lifting stuff, looking around. He looks over at me and says, "Hey, what's this? Some kind of credit card holder?" Throws that back.
There was like a bunch of these
a green egg. And we're like, so he's just perusing. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
He's shopping.
No. He says,
I'm rummaging.
He says, I am a, what'd you call yourself?
I'm a shenanigans raccoon.
Shenanigans raccoon. So he's basically trash can panda for work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Because I'm like looking around J-Fig, and then they got like this thing from the Heat Radiothon from 3 years ago. I'm like, I don't know, what does this do? This holds credit card?
Oh, because they've been purging. So basically, that you put it around your neck, and it holds cards, but it also holds your phone. Like
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a bunch of those.
You know exactly what everything is in there.
There's a bunch of
I lived
guitars.
There's a bootleg green egg in there.
Yeah. Like there's like a grill just hanging in there.
Grill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
You think I could you think one day I should open it up and bring some coals and just during the show
do a little
just
switcheroo?
go downstairs
Yes.
and just start cooking?
That's what we did. That's what we did at Barry. Goosies.
Yeah, but then I just take my computer out there and I'll do the whole show from the grill.
We schemed it up so we got a free grill
Cooking
from
with
Bass Pro
Leroy?
Shop.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Cooking with Leroy all over again. I love it.
Let's get to a little all right. No. All right. My all right goes to the Cincinnati Bengals for exposing those frauds.
even your
the Bills.
Even your all right has some oh no in it.
The Bills are frauds, exposed. I hate that team. I hate their fan base and how much entitlement they have for as much heartbreak as they've had. Never won a Super Bowl. And here they are. Everybody's like, oh, they're the favorites. Not so much. The only thing that's disappointing about it is like, my only feel good for the Dolphins was they were very close with that team. But I don't even know how close that team is. So that's the only downside to it. But bunch of fraud. Should have lost to Skylar Thompson. Instead, you got embarrassed by Joe Burrow.
All right.
So that's my all right. My oh no. It goes to everybody getting mad at Barry Jackson. Leave him alone. He's right about the kids broadcast. Kids Day, I'm not a fan of it. You know what? I'm okay with them doing the cute reporter thing and the packages beforehand. I don't need a child calling the Heat game.
He bounce it. Some more.
Unless you're going to have Boban's kid call the game, I could do without it. And everybody's getting very mad at him saying a very obvious thing, which is, I don't need children calling my basketball game.
The cool thing about that game was, though, it was on national radio too, right?
What?
National TV too.
No, yes, it was just local. Yes, it was just local. But everybody Barry was strong. I believe the word he used was annoying. Let me get this correct. Oh, a reminder that today is Bally's annoying Heat Kids Day broadcast. For those who enjoy it, wonderful. They're all good kids. Don't understand why Bally can't have one professional broadcast on Bally Sun and the kids broadcast on Bally, Florida, like CBS does with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Which, this man's an innovator. I think
does that not make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Right. Don't forget to give him a -1 for lashing out.
Why?
No, I'm giving him a plus.
I think
I agree with
it's true. Like,
look, why would you say that? Like,
why?
Tweeting annoying kids? That's not right.
Nobody want to hear these kids announce.
He said they're all good kids.
But like, don't
he just said the day is annoying. And I feel like
not the kids, the event.
Like they could do some prepackaged stuff. Like when we had Sophia in here, I don't have her do a segment of Panthers talk. I have her go record something like Leroy's a show pony. Just so it's prepackaged, bite size.
I can't believe she would say anything negative to me. We share the same birthday.
That's true. You do.
Yes.
But look, I haven't been a fan of kids. I don't feel like I have to do the rant again. I've done it there before.
No.
But everybody's getting at Barry Jackson. I'm like, I kind of find it annoying. I don't like the Kids Day. They do it every year.
Here, let's think about it this way. The only people who are really excited about that day are the parents of those kids.
Right.
Right. So I can see it.
You know?
But they have some older kids, though.
It's
like
when
the
I go
one kid that was in the booth, he was just in high school, right?
Yeah, those kids, they are a little bit older. But
Right.
it's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's a hard job to put a kid out there to call play-by-play for a very fast sport.
One of the fastest.
I think you're setting the kid up for a letdown.
If anything, you should do that in baseball.
The kids asking like Bam and Tyler questions, that's adorable. I love that.
Okay.
But the play-by-play, I'm just like, that's an impossible spot, and nobody wants to hear this.
Right. There's a few people.
But they keep going.
There's a few people who do it for a living that we question.
Sure.
I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Very true. This is also coming from the person who flemmed up FTX Arena on my first Heat broadcast. That's why I know.
All right.
Anyway, what do you got?
So my all right is definitely going to go to, the teams that won, but Philly, Cincinnati, San Francisco, dominant. Like you control, like it was incredible. That San Francisco Dallas game was not a good watch, but it was not a good watch because of two good defenses, not because of struggles. And my no, okay, it's time for you guys to start paying attention to these black universities. And I'm gonna say this: it's one thing to not have money; it's another thing to spend your money wrong. Okay, and nobody wants to open their books to show that they're doing everything they can to help these kids. And then you have people that you bring in that try to hold you accountable and you get insulted. No. Done. So that's my no, because it's time for all of this to be exposed. It's time for these young kids to actually have an opportunity to succeed in life and not just tell them they're going to have an opportunity.
Oh, no. J Fig, what do you got for all right and no
Leroy, do you remember what you called Beyonce the other day?
What did you say exactly?
She's a yodeler.
A yodeler.
Oh, yodeler. Well,
Yodeler.
I mean, this weekend, everybody was in Dubai, and she did a secret performance that leaked, and I think she did that just for you.
Did what? Yodel?
Perform.
Oh.
No, I didn't hear.
Maybe she was paid millions and millions of dollars by the.
Do you?
You
Yes.
got 24 million off one performance.
Here.
Wow.
Here's
One
what I would
performance.
like. Here's what I would like to say. At no point in time did I say she was garbage. What I said is that if it was between her and Rihanna, that Rihanna is a little easier on my ears.
Perfectly.
That's what I said about Beyonce. I didn't say she was garbage. I didn't say she wasn't a good entertainer. I didn't say any of that. I just said that at times when Beyonce sings, it kind of goes through my head like a knife.
She sounds like she should be in the Swiss Alps.
Like
Right.
a knife.
Right. So before everybody get at me and say I never said Beyonce was bad.
Listen.
Did I?
Leroy,
did.
you don't have Don't be like Stephen A. and having to defend yourself.
I'm not.
Wow.
Stephen A.
Well, you
Stephen
know
A.
what?
was
My all
she was
right
a-
goes to her for an epic performance.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I sing my
what's
ass off too for 24 million. I'd be like, what? Thank you. Yeah.
What,
I do the ear thing. I'd be like,
how many songs are you expected to do for 24 million?
You better do 10 albums.
Well, I've gone to her concert before, so I feel like she would have done maybe like around
she
an hour,
puts
an
on
hour
a
and a
show.
half.
She puts
But
on
a
the
lot
show.
of like a little snippets of different songs in her catalog that are very famous or whatever. My own no goes to the infamous Eminem story all over again.
Oh no!
Remember last year when I didn't it was just ridiculous how they decided to change up the green M&M.
Yes.
Yeah.
They made her non-sexy.
Right, and they took off her boots and they put on like little Air Forces or whatever. Now they came out with a message saying, "America, let's talk. Last year we made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think they would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing." Which was the last thing M&M's wanted since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokes candies. So now they're no longer going to have candies. in their
Really?
ads. Yes.
Hold
which
on.
is ridiculous.
So the red, the
Time
yellow,
out.
they're all
They're all
gone.
going to be gone.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Wow.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's going to be
Hold
a real
on.
life person now.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes. Who cares?
Is it stopping you from buying M&Ms? When you go to the store and you
like
say,
M&M
I
has
want
the
some
fan base.
M&Ms, are you saying, I'm not buying M&Ms because of what they did to those candies?
Listen, believe you me.
It's
they can say-
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. This whole thing is
Who
stupid.
cares?
They
It
can
is.
say what they want. Come around Christmas time, we're going to see that commercial of the M&Ms walking in on Santa, putting down
No,
the presents.
hey.
That's going to be there.
My favorite is when the peanut butter get with the peanut butter get with the chocolate bunny.
You like horny candy?
No,
Of course you would.
no, but I love peanut butter eggs.
Vlad, quickly, sorry.
the whole
we
thing is that it now we're gonna end up seeing a commercial during the Super Bowl. So let's see how that
Yes.
goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's it.
Yeah.
Vlad, sorry we shorted you on time. What do you got for All Right on No today?
All right. Everybody that wish me happy birthday. Right?
Yeah.
Oh no. Everybody that wish me my happy birthday after my birthday.
No belateds?
I don't like belateds.
Fair
It's
enough.
like New Year. Okay, how long are you gonna
Wow.
tell me Happy New Year? If it's the 22nd and the 23rd, stop to wishing me happy birthday. I'm already 3 days into my birthday.
That's fair. That's
I don't recall. Did I say happy
like
birthday on your birthday?
You said happy birthday on my birthdays, but I'm just
Hey!
saying
Hey, question.
Huh?
Why you sounding old and grumpy?
because I am old and
he
grumpy.
is.
I'm 45.
Dude, I hit puberty before you were born. What are you talking about?
Okay, that's great. I'm still the second oldest person on this show right now.
All right.
well, how old is Scooby?
Could have fooled me. Scooby, he
In dog
turned
years.
about I don't know. He turned about 6.
That's-
He's
That's
6 years old.
42.
That's 42.
That's 42 in dog years.
Yeah. All right.
All right, everybody.
Stop
That's our
aging
show
my
for
dog.
today. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Westwood.